Boop boop.
Hello, everyone.
Boop. I don't have Roll20 open. Whoops.
Oh, that's a pretty important thing, but it'll be fine.
Whoops.
We are very, very lucky to have our games. Oh, we loud. We're very, very lucky to have our D&D games archived on Jenny's channel. Oh, the video was much quieter. I turned the volume up lots. Oh no.
My bad.
Sorry. We're very lucky to have our games archived, and then we're even more lucky to have Jenny edit them all together. All of the all of the highlight stuff, because there's so much fun watching them together as like a group, but also with you guys getting to see the highlights and stuff as well, and having them saved in nice one little chunk. But it's also really nice for me as a DM to be like, I remember that episode. I like that we did that. That was fun. I think we did well there. That kind of stuff. It's nice to have that kind of perspective. But we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons today.
What?
Does that sound good? Is that all right?
Yeah. Really?
Madness.
Yeah. We're not going to switch to like Jackbox or something. That's enough.
That'd be pretty
the
hard.
entire game
but
out.
I
Or the
guess I could
Gartic.
play D&D.
Yeah, that's it. That's just it now. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm pretty sure
gonna go wrong.
Yeah, it's all going to be fine.
Can we call it Dungeons and Dundragons from now on?
Oh.
Now we're talking.
Wow, how many episodes have we got around to until that came out? Oh my goodness.
True.
I'm surprised it took us that long to get to that.
I wasn't on my AA game, I'm sorry.
We're going to play some Dunder. Apparently I closed Roll20 earlier, but it's fine. It's open again now. Oh, no, wait, did I?
Did I?
No, I didn't. Yeah, okay. They've updated the settings. Look, it's all different now.
Yeah, I got confused the other day trying to log into it, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I can't get out of this game. But then I saw the thing at the bottom instead of the top, and I was like, oh, I'm not trapped anymore. Okay, good.
Okay. Anyway, so today we will do one prompt because we had our highlight video, which again was excellent, and it's given to us by the Ginger Nerd, who may or may not want to remain anonymous. Make your guesses in chat if you'd like. Who said, what was the last time your character did something for the first time, and what was it? Your character's last first.
I was supposed to think of an answer whilst everyone was watching the highlight video, but I got distracted.
I'll go first.
Okay.
That's right,
The highlight video gave me the answer, to be fair.
Oh, very good. I'm gonna do a little cheeky recap of the last session that we played. You guys have a little bit more time to think of something.
Okay.
So last time we played, our adventuring party at the moment. Let me know when you're ready. Our adventuring party at the moment is on their way through Cormyr in Faerun to Weymouth. That's a lot of different fantasy jargon if you're not familiar with the setting. But we're on our way to a location, going through some other locations to arrive at the destination for a quest. The quest is to tussle with a big old dragon. But before we get there, we've got some bumps in the road. One of those bumps in the road is that these guys wanted to pop into a small little village and sleep for the night because, sleeping on the road is dangerous. Turns out it wasn't a little village. It was a hunting lodge that was owned by the royal family. And the people who are occupying it at the moment, kind of just retainers there, one of them who is managing it at the moment very poorly, is named Christopher Bindelbap. He is a war wizard, and he's spending all of his time drinking because none of the royal family have come to hunt in years. Which is great for Christopher Bindelbap, who doesn't have to do very much at all, but not great for the fact that they've been keeping up this because the local populace of monsters to be hunted is usually kept down by hunting. So if it's not hunted, then the local populace gets a little bit unruly, starts maybe targeting people on the roads, small hamlets and villages nearby, innocent people who can't defend themselves. So Christopher Bindelbap has offered to hire the party to go chase off and rid the area of the local big old bugs. They're referred to as big old bugs. Our party, after poking around a little
Bugs.
bit, have recognized that they are umber hulks, as recognized by their big old mandibles and chitinous kind of shell almost. Christopher Bindelbap informed the party that there was a previous adventuring group that had gone after this endeavor, and they were armed with some explosives. Explosives placed in the heart of the nest and detonated should hopefully rid them of their worries. So that's what we're doing at the moment. In our last session, our group found the nest, started poking around a little bit. It turns out that there are quite a lot of Umber Hulks, though they found the explosives, and they found what's probably quite a good location for the explosives to go. The center of the nest, where there are many sleeping Umber Hulks, many eggs, and a well-placed structural pillar that could probably be detonated.
Well placed. Write that down. Well.
Okay, so before we start our game, let's go and do our prompt. What was the last time your character did something for the first time? And what was that
did
thing?
something? Can it be felt something?
Sure, it can be felt something.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it should be flexible.
Okay.
We'll start with Nerly.
Last time Nerly did something for the first time was in that stupid fucking wizard thing, and she met everybody for the first time because she forgot everything. He wasn't stupid, or he was stupid, but it wasn't stupid. It was very nicely designed, but she doesn't have very fond memories of it. If you
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time? I got caught up on the fact that you said stupid fucking wizard thing.
So the last time Nerly did something for the first time was when, after she was hiding under a desk, she met somebody outside the Enclave for the first time.
Oh, yes.
When Haiku spoke to her, and then she met
Yes,
met everyone else. Oh, Randall.
She met someone for the first time for the second time.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to
Good
go
answer.
first right after you answered it earlier, because I thought it would be funny to be like, the last time she did something for the first time was literally a few days ago, and it was everybody.
Yes, as was just demonstrated in the highlight video, recently Nerly lost all of her memories and re-met our party before recently getting her memories back.
Mhm.
That's a good answer.
And that was the first time she'd ever gotten her memories back.
That's also the first time she lost all her memories. Haiku.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were going to ask me the question.
I mean, I can if you like. What was the last time that your character did something for the first time, and what was it?
The last time Haiku did something for the first time was evaporating and turning into a thin mist.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
I did, yeah.
That was the
And it
first-
was
How,
the
did
first
they
time.
enjoy that?
Yeah, I've had some ideas about that actually, of maybe turning it into a thing.
Oh, turning it into a thing, maybe.
It's quite relaxing.
Interesting.
Witness.
Okay, that's good.
D&D float tanks, just like
Yeah,
motions
exactly.
of gaseous form.
Yeah, exactly. You just turn into the float tank instead. Cool. Randall, what was the last time your character did something for the first time? What was it?
I think it's either what he's currently doing, which is going off on his own and doing loads of stuff well away from the party while adventuring. It's a little bit, but not too much. And the other thing is seeing in the dark. Not that long ago, Randall had never seen in the dark before.
Oh,
without
yes.
Assistance of the torches.
Randall has recently obtained a magical item that gives him blind sight up to 120 feet, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, very exciting. Okay, and last but not least, Oro. When was the last time your character did something or felt something for the first time? What was it?
I picked felt a level of defeat in the magician's cave thing. It felt everything was going down very fast, and Aura was like, "Shit, what the fuck am I gonna do now? What if everyone goes down?"
Oro was absolutely made to be the responsible adult.
Yeah.
Because everyone else was falling to pieces and left Oro solely responsible. And then Haiku was like, "Can't believe you didn't introduce." Oro's like crumbling in front of you, made of paper almost, and you're like, "Hey, fuck you." Oh my goodness. Okay. Great answers all around. Thank you very much to the Ginger Nerd for giving us that prompt. Prompts are tough. If you think you're up to the task, feel free to try and give us some prompts. Prompts are very difficult to write, and coming up with one that's good enough to answer for everybody in a concise way, but also give us a little bit of insight, but with not being too precise so that not everybody can answer it. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. Anyway, we're going to start today's session with where we ended off. And our last episode, which was 1,000,000 years ago, literally 1,000,000 years ago, we had Randall in the depths of this nest, and we had everyone else on the surface basically patiently waiting for Randall to do some recon. Oro had casted Pass Without a Trace so that we can all efficiently kind of hide stealthily, because you get a +10 to your stealth rolls. And that's got a while left. You're grand. Randall, you have just arrived on the scene of the deepest, darkest depths of this cave, this lair, this nest. And in front of you, down this little pathway, as you can see, there is almost a cacophony of just chittering of mandibles and kind of weird purring almost of the snores of these bugs. You're fairly confident that they're all asleep. There's not really any movement, but you can see that there is a gentle kind of glow almost. Not that you can see it clearly because of your dark sight, but you can, or your blind sight rather. You can kind of vaguely see that there is a bit of a colourful glow going on there.
Yeah. Do we have a plan? I feel like we spoke and had a plan.
Yes, because you came up and we were like, you need 2 people to carry stuff. And then we ended on being like, what the fuck are we gonna do? I think. Kawaii, what the fuck are you doing? Damn it.
I think we were trying to figure out how the rest of us get down there, because it's too narrow for Nugget to fly with someone on his back, if I remember correctly. I think I mentioned I could levitate down, but I don't think we'd figured out anything for Oro and Neurali yet. I mean, that could just be us lies, but you know.
Honestly, down feels easier than up. Because we have a bunch of rope, and I think we were talking about like tying it all together and rappelling down.
Is it a worthwhile thing, all of us going down there anyway? Would it slow things down if we're all trying to get out really fast? And because if we're going to go down there and blow it up, like who's the quickest that can leave the quickest type of thing without.
Is that you pointing at Randall there, Haiku?
Pretty much, well, he's pointing anywhere but me. I mean, I'm probably the strongest out of us all, but with the little narrow tunnels and
yeah,
it's not going to happen.
If we can do it in pretty quickly, I can probably be faster on the way out, or as fast or kind of fast on the way out, but I just don't know.
We only need one person to light it though, so everyone else can like get a head start.
True.
Like I'm happy to do the like when they run away.
Oh, those were some good sound effects.
Can we hear that one more time?
Whoa. That was really good.
Yeah.
You also do the sound effect for the explosion afterwards as well?
Oh.
All right.
Maybe when it
Well,
happens.
I pushed it too far.
You used your free trial.
Wait, D&D, but Randall can only speak in Eminem lyrics? Just specifically Randall?
It's going to be very quiet, I'm afraid.
Whose turn is it anyway? A charity event? Interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
So the only way I can get down there is with Nugget, and even then Nugget couldn't fit on the bottom bit, right, Tom? It was just like
I mean, for the first 60 feet, you could probably get on the Nugget's back and crawl down the wall. But beyond that, it's going to be a little bit too tight for Nugget plus somebody.
right. And how much is the rest of it? 60 foot, and what's the bottom?
There's 150 feet in total, I
Altogether.
think. It's 60 foot to the first level, 60 foot to the next level, and then an extra 30 foot down.
We talked about using hush money.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we did.
Had you?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's like, did you see the like remembering like come across my face as I was like,
Cogs are worried.
So I don't know if I can get down there, really. Not quickly, not fastly. Two of the same words together, but you know, still.
I'm in the wrong Roll20 game.
Oh,
My character sheet, and I was like, this isn't right. What the hell's going on here? One moment. I was like, let me just look at my spells and see what I've. Wait. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I think we've all done it. I like that it took you until 7:45, sorry, 7:41 for you to identify that.
Because I had like Roll20 open, but I have it, so the way I have everything on my computer, I have it behind the Zoom call, so I
Right,
can
yeah,
see
yeah, yeah,
everyone. So all I could see was the side panel, which just has the like Roll20 chat tips. And so
yeah.
I like didn't think anything of it until I clicked over and went over my character sheet, and I was like, that's not my character sheet. What's happening here? Okay, what spells do I have?
How does hush money work? Is it like a
It's a coin, and you flip it, and wherever it lands, it casts silence centered on itself for 10 minutes.
okay.
And then it runs out. Oh, and you can flip it over, and it'll cancel the silence. But it doesn't. You only get one a day.
Right. Okay. And is it a big area of effect, the silence? It is, right? I think.
We based the spell in the player's handbook.
Let's have a look.
It's sizable. I used it on you guys.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere, so 20 foot either way. So that's pretty large.
Right.
That would more than cover a good proportion of the total.
Yeah, I think as long as it's covered, because there's one of these dudes that's opposite the explosives, right? Who was sleeping, I think. So, and then if there's steps right at the bottom, then that should at least dull the sounds of movement from there, which is probably the main two sections, just in case.
Well, it's based on the coin. So if the coin moves,
Then it
Silence
covers
moves.
wherever it is. Okay. So you can carry the coin around with you. Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
How long did it last?
out of combat, you can do that.
10 minutes. I
10
think,
minutes.
Okay.
which is pretty good amount of time.
What if they just spent their action in combat making sure to hold the coin properly?
I could maybe go for
Alright.
I think I'd rather somebody spend their turn doing that than us risk alerting this entire little burrow.
that.
Not so little burrow.
Well, Randall's not come back yet.
I thought
So
he
Randall's
did.
come. Randall.
I have
Randall
come back
went
once.
to. Randall went to the second level, and said, "I found some explosives." I think.
Yeah.
And then went down to the third, and come back and explained to everybody what he's seen so far. We ended the story. I think we ended the session last time with Randall revealing the lower level of this cave and being like, "Shit." Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
Yeah,
Good
I
night,
think he did come
everyone.
back. So we're all at the top right now trying to
Yeah.
figure out how we want to get down there and move everything.
I definitely told them about everyone in all the things next. I remember saying that we have to sneak it past everyone.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my recollection was that you'd got to the explosives, went back up, pardon me, to say, I found the explosives, but I haven't seen what's on the third floor.
No, we've seen the eggs and all the
Okay,
sleeping
all
Umber
right.
Hulks on the eggs.
I mean, worst case scenario, all it would have taken is Randall to do one more trip, which he can do with the stealth roll, easy peasy. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that. But contesting this is moot.
Yeah. I even think he might have done that, like come back up and tell us about the explosives, and we were like, well, did you go find out where the eggs were or something
Yeah,
like that, like
uh-huh.
slapstick style, like "Meow, meow, meow," you have to go again, kind of like
Okay. But-
thinking about it.
So my thinking was, surely you wouldn't go back down there unless you had a plan.
Right, so that's why we're all at the top now.
Okay, so Randall's at the top now.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, we're all-
I think
yeah.
I ended at the
Okay.
top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Oh yes, maybe.
Because
you had
that's
the
how we
disagree-
were
Yeah. Okay.
making
okay,
the plan.
Okay.
So theoretically, just going to talk about this out of character so that it doesn't have to take quite as long. I could fly for a minute, and I have Misty Step, which I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times if I don't use any other spell slots for anything else. And that would be like a really fast way to, depending upon like depths of floor and stuff too, like just like run and disappear from places. And like I don't think I could climb back out, but I could certainly like hold on to the rope and then like try to climb and then Misty Step and then Misty
I
Step.
really love the idea. Have you ever? I don't know if anyone in chat or anyone in the call has played Diablo 2, because in Diablo 2 there was a class called the Sorcerer, funnily enough, who had a teleport spell that would teleport, say, 30 feet or so. And one of the ways that you could do it through walls and stuff. So one of the ways that you would like speed run through areas to farm items or to get to the end or whatever is you just teleport 100 times to get there, like down chugging mana potions whilst you did it. So I just love the idea of Nerdy having unlocked this idea of being like, well, I'm just going to Misty Step 100 times to just like
Yeah, that's
close the distance really quickly. That's it.
Yeah.
I think I would allow that if you wanted to try and do that vertically up the thing, as long as you could grab onto the rope, and I'd probably take a dex check to see if you succeed.
It's probably better than strength. Dex better chance than strength for sure.
I'm going to require a strength check.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
You already said it. Don't do this to me.
Can I propose an alternative idea?
Hmm.
So the way I'm imagining it, this might be completely wrong, is that the explosives are effectively almost directly above the eggs.
we're gonna show you something.
I think they're to the side. But I could be wrong.
This is gonna illuminate your whole world.
Oh.
If I get haiku, drag and drop haiku here. You see this over here?
Oh my gosh.
God.
It was to the side. I was right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at the Angie Umber Hulk face on that map. That's real cute.
Okay. So
that's actually a pillar. You gotta unfortunately take it with a bit of a pinch of salt. Sometimes
Yeah.
the map that you've got, it doesn't align with what you want as a DM. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a pillar
yeah.
in the middle there. But it's not directly beneath the bombs, which are on the second level in the middle.
Yeah, and this is rock. Is it?
This is all a mixture of rock and dirt.
Okay, so potentially if I was to use my what's it called? Give me a second.
You've got stone to mud, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. Stone. I'm trying to find its proper name. Transmute rock. We could anything on top of that. We could collapse it into the chamber without anyone going down into it.
Yeah. I think there's a radius, I think, for that.
Yeah, I think it's a 40-foot cube.
A 40-foot cube. Yeah, you could do that. You could drop that.
Just if anyone wanted this.
Oh, we got a
Yeah,
planner
right.
cooking over here, Mr. Big Brain.
Oh, plan of cooking.
Planner cooking.
So what if instead of taking it down there, then we just took it down to the like curve right there, just got the explosives down that far, and you collapse the chamber down here, and then like it explodes to make sure everything's dead. Because if they're burrowing animals, like I don't know how tough they are.
Very tough.
Very tough.
Randall saw one of them just smash through a massive wall.
Yeah.
With
So
like,
the collapse might not kill all of them, but then the following explosion might.
The eggs is the idea that you want to
yeah,
go
the
for.
notes. The
Oh.
note said, like, the bombs should be planted like next to the eggs, basically.
That is next to the eggs. That little.
Close enough.
Yeah. Yeah, why not just collapse the big chamber and then we set the bomb off over here? Of course, the problem is if you're down there and you do that, then all of this might completely close you off from getting out. Because the top would come down too.
So you may want to get out before the explosion goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how far away can you detonate your turret?
Good question.
Oh,
I'm enjoying this puzzle solving going on here, guys. You got some good stuff up in those noggins of yours.
how much do we know about explosives and fuse times and?
Very, very little.
Yeah,
Unless any
he
of you
just
have specifically
basically-
got anything.
He didn't even really tell us about the fuse. He just told us
Nope.
like set it off.
Mhm.
But I think there was like that one little note that said something about lighting it or whatever.
You found a note on the body of what you imagine was another of the adventurers next to the explosives that essentially said, "Here are your bombs. Make sure to do this in the center next to the eggs. Ta-ta."
When it comes to the cannon at 60 feet, if it's within line of sight, I can make it
Ah.
explode. However, I now have access to Tiny Servant, which doesn't need line of sight and is 150 feet mental.
So the tiny
commands.
servant can light the fuse just like right there.
If anyone has a lighter, I could turn into a Tiny Servant.
I've got
You know,
match-
little
right, I've
legs,
got matches.
little arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a matchbox.
Oh, yeah. It's the
I
body.
love
The
this
body is
so
the
much.
matchbox, and the arms and legs are the matches, and it strikes itself.
Oh,
That's perfect.
it's all coming together.
Okay, so you just need to get in and out. Well, I guess like if we're gonna do minimal people,
At least 2 people need to go in for the moving of everything.
yeah. How about can I carry Oro while flying, at least down, like a controlled fall? He's
Half
still
speed.
little. Half speed? Okay. So the 2 of us will stay on top. My strength is useless, honestly.
She's little.
He's little. We can control fall. We can be like No Man Left Behind rescue team if shit hits the fan before you get the plan off, and I can just like, since Nugget can't fly, I can just grab Oro and we'll just
Yeah.
I can dash in 2 turns, get us down there. Maybe 1 turn, get us in line of sight to do whatever we might need to do to help.
Yeah. I can recast Pass Without Trace on everyone, because I assume that's probably ran out by now.
Is the duration 1 hour? Because I thought it might be.
Oh, it is 1
one of
hour,
those ones
so it should
that's-
be fine then, right?
Okay, so I should be probably wearing out soonish.
Okay, I'll do another
Not
one.
you're not in any real rush right now, but by the time this plan starts to be
Yeah.
in action, you probably will need to reset it.
Okay. How much rope do we have down this hole right now?
None.
I think
We
you've
haven't put it yet.
We haven't put it yet? Okay. So as long as we have enough rope going down there, me, Nugget, and Nerly can be at the top with an emergency rope. And then we can come down or float down or whatever. And then Randall and Haiku can go do all that shit. And I wish we had someone that could do like a safe word, like panic word or something like that, in it, like messaging in each other's ears. Damn it.
The panic word is having loads and loads of people, like loads of big bugs running around. That's the,
Yeah.
That's the panic word.
Yeah.
the sound of all those legs.
I do have something for that.
What do you have?
It would take a while.
Oh.
Well, I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
sending stones.
The sending stones, yeah, but I would have to make them,
Oh.
and I can't remember how long that takes.
The
Maybe.
panic word is
Yeah.
It's almost like my class is built around blowing stuff up.
It's almost
Oh.
like, yeah, you've got so
So
many
you're
tricks for that.
perfectly positioned for this quest.
Almost.
Wow.
Wow.
Artificer, the mom friend that has everything in their purse.
Yeah, but it takes a long rest to access it or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it is a
Change
long
your
rest,
infusions.
Brilliant.
I have a headache. Oh, I'll have some painkillers for you tomorrow.
Yeah, whenever you finish a long rest.
Yeah, I don't think we have a. You could just like tug on the rope a certain way.
Yeah.
Because we can see down the tunnel. La,
Tugging
la, la,
system
la,
is
la.
back in play here.
Not
Let's get the
all-
tugging system
Yeah.
back.
Not a whole
was gonna
tugs
say.
mean come.
No, I was going to say, no, like, that's why it's good, you know? Everyone has the same understanding.
Okay, we'll need to review our tug etiquette at the top before we go down there. 'Cause It
Tug
fell
etiquette.
apart last
To
time.
get to yeah, that's what I heard. To
Tug
get
etiquette.
That's satisfying to say.
Tug etiquette.
So like three really quick like
Yanks.
something's wrong. I didn't want to say that word just because of where we're at right now. Gotta get, but rope tugging has always gone well with this group. I
Flawless.
mean, it worked last time.
Yeah.
It did not work.
It did not work.
Are you
I don't
shooting
know,
something
I'm
to
not sure
tie
it was
it to?
necessary. Was it necessary last time?
It was a precaution last time.
I think
a
that,
precaution,
yeah,
yeah.
it was a precaution, and then there was the one like everything's chill, come on down.
Sure.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Everything's chill. Come on down.
But
Yeah.
we're not going to have that option for this particular endeavor, so it's
no.
just going to be the panic.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Preferably no screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're defined by the completionists. We didn't die.
Good time.
In hush when
Alright.
you no one can hear you scream.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
I feel like this is a solid. I mean, this is the best that could be done.
This is
Honestly,
the only
Like,
plan.
This is
Yeah.
the only plan that I feel good about.
All right. Would you like to summarize your plan?
Okay, tie a bunch of rope together, put it down the hole, attach it with things that I know are good at pushing it to the ground, and also Nugget will also help to do that and hold it. I will say I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace right before they go down,
Yeah.
and that is the end of Oro's part.
That's the yeah.
Mhm.
Oro's part is over. Keep on summarizing. What happens next?
So we send Randall and Haiku down.
Uh-huh.
They get the explosives and just move them to this little like turn right here.
Sure. The very bottom of the shaft.
Yeah. Yep.
The base of the
And
shaft.
Haiku will prepare or like do whatever needs to be done for a tiny servant. And then how far away can you collapse the thing?
I don't know how far Transmute Rock goes.
Seeing this is an Ocean's 11 montage in a tiny cave room. You guys have got this like a big table with like the diagram of the cave.
Yeah.
Now, listen, there are Umber Hulks here, here, and here. Rotations of the patrol of the security guards go around here and here. They change every 3 hours.
Security hulks.
120 foot away and a 40-foot cube.
Okay. So you
Uh,
can
a
pretty
big
much
cube.
you can be like almost out
Mm.
when you collapse it So like climbing back up on your way out, having your tiny servant sitting here ready to go, and you can collapse it from here, and then have the tiny servant light the fuse with a few seconds left, and then as long as it takes for you to climb out. And the top is big enough that Nugget, if anything goes horribly wrong at the last second, somebody loses their grip or something, Nugget can crawl at the first part of the thing, right? So if like he could like art and help or something.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How long is the fuse?
That's up to him.
Is it?
On the explosives?
Mm-hmm.
Surely when I get down there, I'd be able to have a look and go, this is about this much, class built around explosions.
Well, yes.
I mean, it depends how fast it burns.
You just haven't, talked about the duration of the fuse at all. You've just kind of assumed that it'll be ample.
Well, if he can collapse from 120 feet away, like I don't know exactly how far this is. Like if this point is about 150-ish feet, because I remember you saying that before.
Yeah, so it's 100. It's 120 down to the second the floor. The
down
floor
to here?
-2.
So it's 120 to here?
120 to where Haiku is right now.
Okay. So the fuse only has to be like 100, climbing back up 120 to be away from this area, 100 maybe like 10-ish, so that there's enough space to get like
so the idea is to make a tiny servant next to the explosives, collapse the floor, turn it into mud, so the explosives fall into the hallway beneath
loudly,
and then have the tiny servant destroy the light the fuse, as it were.
But since he can collapse it from 120 feet away and he can control the tiny servant from 150 feet away, they can be almost all the way back up.
They can be almost out. Yeah.
Before they like enact that part of it. So if there's just enough fuse for even like 2 or 3 rounds, like 12 seconds.
What happens to the tiny servant? Very good question, Malcolm.
Becomes tinier.
Yeah.
Many tiny. Are we using hush money in this plan?
Absolutely. It returns to its previously inanimate state.
What is the role of hush money in this?
Keeping them quiet.
While
no sounds while repelling. No sounds while moving boxes. Yeah. Because like even considering it might be, as it's a subterranean creature, it might not hear, but might be more like tremory sense or whatever, like that we've learned about because Randall has that now.
Yeah.
Then if
Randall have tremor sense?
I think it was
someone had tremor sense at some point.
Somebody did, because we've said the word tremor sense in
tremor sense has come up, but I don't think Randall
Okay.
gets tremor sense.
No, I don't think.
Oh, JK.
So. I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna go with I don't know what that is.
Okay. Well, it has come up.
It has come up. Yeah.
So if we have heard about that and we know that things that live underground could operate based on like the physical impact of walking or whatever, then it being silent would cancel out those like vibrations, because that would be like
bringing real world physics into a fantasy game here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what we're
Ginger, how's it going?
hoping.
So your hypothesis here is that you're going to have the coin, the hush money coin, on one of these two.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing in mind, so that you flip the coin lands and it is silent. All right. It needs to stay flat and not move in order to continue its silence. If it's flipped or moved onto its other side in any way, it cancels. So how are you going to keep it completely flat? Is someone going to hold
blue, Haiku? The laugh.
Place it on top of the boxes of explosives.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. Just flip it onto the shell and just slide it in a little bit of rope.
Slide it under the
Flip
gauntlet.
there
It'll
because it's
never
landed
flip.
on the shell. Doesn't matter if I'm upside down. I think on top of the boxes is probably the best idea.
Sure. Okay.
As long as the box-
Safest idea.
But I was thinking like you would want to use it for climbing down too, right?
True.
You think I'm loud when I climb? Big ass turtle.
you're
with
loud.
lungy
So I will clarify that you're relying on these bugs not being able to use their tremor sense based on using the silence spell. Is that
We don't know if they have tremor sense, I don't think. We're
Okay.
trying to plan for eventualities.
okay? All right.
I've already been
Katie
running
knows
around
a lot
and they
about
haven't
Upper
noticed
Hulks,
me.
and she's definitely trying not to metagame and is trying to use
You
information only
can
learned
do it.
during this
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right. So could Oro please roll me a nature check or a survival check?
Guidance.
Nature or survival? Nature.
Whatever you like. Either's
Survival.
fine.
Survival.
Okay.
1d4. 21.
So with all the experience that you've now had gathering evidence about this cave, the surrounding area, the chunks that you've been picking up off the floor as you've been following the tracks to find yourself at this nest, you have deduced, yes, these are indeed Umber Hulks. You know a little bit about Umber Hulks, in fact. You know that Umber Hulks are tunnelers. You are aware that most of these kind of insectoid monstrosities do have the ability to sense via the kind of tremors in the ground. But you also recognize that Umber Hulks are feared. Umber Hulks are feared for one reason in particular, and that is that they have that they are mind scramblers. You are aware that Umber Hulks have the ability to confuse their prey, though it's rarely explained how that occurs.
Setting up elaborate puzzles to blow them up.
Okay, I relay that information.
Elaborate. Yeah. Elaborate is not the word I would use to describe this scenario.
I feel like our plan is very elaborate.
Oh yeah, the plan is elaborate.
Yeah. Okay, well, I tell everyone else about that, about the mind-boggling stuff and all that. But I don't know if they have any tremor senses. Is that what? Did you say that?
No, you do know. You suspect
do.
they do have tremor.
Okay,
senses.
so okay, I made that point then. I guess the main thing of that is we don't want to fight them. If possible, it would be better for you to leave than to try and fight them.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
There's you.
This is like the morning, essentially. We've already slept, haven't we?
Yeah, we're fresh.
Okay, new plan. We leave, tell them we detonated it, and just bugger off and never return. What are you gonna do? He's
Completionists.
He's not going to go check it for ages because they'll be hungover today. Just walk off. We've got our kip. What
This
do we
is
want?
a royal war wizard. Do we really want to piss off a royal war wizard?
It was all a figment of his imagination.
He
Drunken
was drunk at the time.
hallucinations.
But there's other two people that have seen us. The other guards know that we were here.
Well, you don't have to
Also-
silence people.
If these are
Slip
that
in the
dangerous-
hush money.
Oh, okay.
Haiku's slow descent into chaotic evil.
in character.
Slow.
Haiku has
So-
been infected with completionism.
Oh no. Also, if these are really dangerous like that and they are getting out of control, then they could start killing people.
Mhm.
So we probably don't want to just leave it undone.
Huh? Is that enough
Yeah.
incentive for you to do the quest?
God damn, having morals.
Cinnamon roll moral compass.
It's inconvenient to do this quest. Wah.
I think with hush money, if you do put it in like your gauntlet or something, like Nerly suggested, just to keep it like one way, so you just don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it being on top of a box and needing to remember to grab it and go or whatever, that might be a good idea. Just keep it somewhere.
Yeah.
What is
It
the
is-
description of Pass Without a Trace? Does it
Uh,
say that you're? I know that it says you can't be tracked. Does it also say that you don't make?
Can't be tracked
Silence.
except for by magical means.
Leaves
Can't be
behind no
tracked.
tracks or
Tracks
other
or other
traces of
traces.
its passage. Would that mean that it wouldn't disturb the ground? So maybe it wouldn't be making we wouldn't be making tremors at all.
Depends entirely on what you're doing, because you'll definitely have tremors be released if you collapse an entire floor.
Well,
of the-
yes, we plan to be well out.
Yeah, no, the
like-
rest of it you'll be fine as long as your stealth checks are high enough.
Okay.
Easy.
Easy clap.
And I'm gonna
Yes.
guidance
Alright.
both
Running
of them
around
before they go
checks.
down. Just adding that to the plan. Just gonna guidance
I-
both of them before they go down. It lasts for a minute.
I haven't had a D6 in a while. If anyone would like to drop a D6, it's not stealthy whatsoever.
Now
I mean,
it's time to...
considering Tom has one at the moment.
God, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Thanks,
Kawaii.
Kawaii.
Is there any points I can refund? Oh,
Yay! Thanks, Mal.
Thanks, interactive chat.
How would we live without you?
Is that
A
the
lot
plan
more
then? Is there
bugs.
any other bits that need to be talked about?
I think we should prevent ourselves from overthinking it.
Mhm.
What, us? Overthinking things? Never.
Never happened before.
Never heard
Normally
of
we
it.
underthink of anything.
Okay.
With these int scores?
Listen, a 10 is average, okay? Perfectly average and adequate.
We
Yeah.
have a perfectly average plan.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
no, you're right. Maybe the plan's really clever.
It is
Maybe
really
it's
clever.
Too clever.
I
Maybe
think
it's
the
too
plan's really
clever.
No,
for
it's really
people with
clever. Don't let the DM talk to you like that. It's really
intelligence.
clever. It's good clever. It's good clever.
Too clever for
Really
an
clever.
Very good, clever.
What do you mean?
That's
For an
right.
artificer?
Haiku's got
Artificer?
high intelligence.
I have
Yeah.
19 intelligence.
I was gonna
Yeah, you're
say.
fine. You're
yeah.
fine. The rest of these guys, though, they're baffled. They're confused by this plan. They don't get it. It's too complicated. It's too brilliant.
You've got to humour them, Tom.
We'll say that Haiku's explained it to us in small words. okay?
Yeah.
No more than 3
I-
syllables.
I'd like to point out, I don't think Haiku would at all be condescending about stuff like this.
I know, I know.
Okay, all right.
Everything else, absolutely not.
But there's a time and a place.
Not with a mate. If it was some rowdy bar patron, then yeah, but you know, not with a party.
Yeah, fuck those rowdy bar patrons.
Yeah.
Yes,
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
fuck them. Fuck them.
but not the patrons on Sleepiest is patron.
Oh, no,
Yeah, so
no,
good.
Nice segue.
Nice.
Hey,
I think the only thing I'm going to add to the plan at this point is an aside, which is the minute that they start climbing down, I'm just going to be like praying Selene. And I have an inspiration that I will
Wow.
gladly give away to whoever needs it, like at a
Right.
moment. Like,
Well, I'm happy with trading inspirations as long as you can play it into the context.
oh yeah.
So we'll see if that
I'll co-
becomes relevant.
I'll come up with
It's like,
something.
yeah,
It's
whatever.
fine.
I'll
I got
come
it.
up with some shit. Don't
Confusing the
worry.
DM of something
Bard
easy.
powers activate. You're asking me to explain how it works, not early. Okay, we're gonna be fine.
this is a flawless plan. We're not gonna need it. It's all thought out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Alright,
I think we're
alright.
good.
We
Right
got
there is a
this.
voice clip.
Yeah.
That is a flawless plan. It's gonna be.
This is a
good
flawless
way-
plan.
Like,
That
write
really
that
is a flawless plan.
down.
That is a
How far
flawless
are we
plan.
into? What's that?
Okay, so Oro casts Pass Without a Trace.
Yes.
You guys are lowering rope down, and it's fastened to. So this is a pit at the bottom of a tree, as we discussed previously. So you're fastening it to maybe some of the thick roots. And Nugget's giving you a bit of a hand with that, and then Haiku and Randall lower themselves down into the shaft. Could you both please roll me stealth checks with your +10?
And I did guidance them before they went down.
With your
This
guidance.
is me guidancing their shoulders. Guidance.
I'm guidancing.
Pass out traces advantage, right? as
Nope,
well? Or
it's
not?
plus
Just
10.
Plus
plus
10.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a D6 as well, Jack, just in case you need a reminder on.
Would this be the time that I would evoke the inspiration?
Right. Is guidance on your neck, whatever your next thing is, right?
It lasts for a minute. You add a D4 to.
But can I choose when to use it?
Yeah, you apply it to whatever ability
Uh,
check, or what all does it
okay.
apply to? And 1 second.
I didn't know if it was like just the next one you did, or whether you could.
No, you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. They can roll a D4 and add it to an ability check.
Is
of
it
their choice.
concentration?
Yeah.
So
oh,
you
I can only
it
do
once.
one then, can't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Well-
definitely would have done the less stealthy person, which was because that's sensible.
Yeah.
Thank God we
Right.
thought that before.
I've seen.
It's
I've
a
Good job we
seen.
didn't overthink this one.
Guys' ability checks. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say skill checks. You know, that probably still applies, right?
Well, the skill checks are ability checks. That's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
not like saving throws or attacks.
All right. So, what was it? What was the grand total that you had there, Haiku?
16?
16.
16 's
We
loads.
got a 15 on Randall.
25.
Okay. All right. Okay. And you begin to lower yourselves down the rope. As you're doing so, you can hear imagine Randall's gone down first, and you can hear the gentle kind of clacking of some of the collectibles on Haiku's shell moving against each other
Echoing.
as they start to shuffle down above you. But it is muted significantly by the spell that Oro has cast. In fact, it's like you can hear the sounds of the clacking and the movements, but it feels like you're hearing something very loud that has had like a blanket, like an invisible blanket wrapped around it to muffle the sound. Like it exists, but it's very muted.
I thought the plan was for Haiku to activate. Wait, how long does Hush Money go?
10 minutes. I was going to do it once we hit
Once
the
you're down
floor
there?
and
Okay,
was
never
moving
mind.
stuff around.
Never mind then. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you move your way down and you get to the second or the floor -2, and take a step off of the rope. How much of the rope did you provide?
I think we counted at least 3 ropes between the 3 of us, so we could get them all the way to 150 minus tie length.
Sure. All right. Okay. So you step off onto the second level, and we'll move Haiku over there.
Yeah, okay. There we are.
Randall as well. You're both here. And sure enough, there's still an Umber Hulk kind of snoozing away in the background over here.
Get some explosives. I point out the weak floor. Because there's a weak bit of mud floor here. And I'm like, don't step on that. Anything looks like that.
You ping it on the map, please.
I think it was like here-ish.
Okay.
It doesn't look
the
any
bit-
different on the map.
The bit we want to be taking it down to is this bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just putting the Hush Money next to it and leaving it on the floor might be a better idea, supposed to be moving with us.
That's the
This-
main one to not wake
This
up.
will be the only one that we come across.
Do it.
Right, flip the Hush Bunny in so it lands there.
Please don't miss.
Clonks them on the head.
You accidentally flip it a little bit too far and it goes like soaring off into the distance. Okay, all right. It lands on the floor, just behind the Umber Hulk. You hear nothing.
Good.
The only person here who's able to communicate in any reliable way is going to be Mimes McGee over here. Haiku, if you want to mime anything at all, will have to do it on camera silently. You cannot describe your actions. You have to do it so that we can see you.
Oh.
And our characters need to try and decipher it for themselves.
What's the range on Hush Money?
It's like a
40.
40-foot diameter.
Yeah, 20 feet in any direction.
Is that including through walls?
Uh,
Yeah.
Because 20 feet is only like here. So really, there's these two tiles. And these ones.
that's assuming that you don't want that noise to go anywhere else. Yeah, I don't know, through maybe the weak floor.
Yeah. So like, you might want to still be quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember which set of things are the explosives in this room. I think it's the ones to the south.
So all the kegs and crates in this room look like they've got explosives in.
Oh. Well, let's pick one up.
Miming masterclass, though, if anything.
Yeah, he gets in the mind masterclass when Randall does it because he, as a character and as a player, can say the words that he's trying to mime. Just pick one up and go and put down. Amazing miming. Congratulations, good job.
It's a shame Doctor doesn't speak sign language because Haiku was that sign language translator into the god.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
We should all learn it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does it. Oh no,
I
it's
think
a
I
specific
did
sign language, isn't it?
most of it
Yeah, it's a
from
specific one.
I think. Oh, yeah. I think we
Hmm.
probably would have given it to Nerly because of evidence interaction there.
at least like at a
Passable level,
functional
yeah.
intermediate barely level or something like that.
But just
Mm. 3, 2, 1. There we go. It's lifted up. Okay. And our characters waddle their way over. So where is it? What is it you're trying to accomplish? You're trying to. I want to point out that you've got a 30-foot drop between where you are and the bottom of this tunnel. And you're gonna just drop these boxes of explosives down the hole.
Oh,
How
I
do you
thought the
mime
rope
to
went all
me
the way
too?
down there.
So the rope keeps going down, but these are hefty boxes. The reason that you've got 2 people down there is because they require 2 people to carry.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but
Oh,
I don't think
my
I
man
fancy
got
the
it.
idea of. Oh, gonna tie a rope to the boxes.
Lower
Lift
it
him
down.
down.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Hey Evan, how's it going? We're
Noodly. Thank you.
we're getting our characters to mime their plan since they're doing it in secret and quiet. All right, so you're going to tie some rope to the boxes. Is that what you're saying? You're going to lower it down? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So how many of those kegs are you going to do it for? The kegs will explode. Oh. If you're going to mime stuff, your hands need to be on camera.
Oh,
There you
It was just a little bit too high as you were doing this, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Dr. Mime Artist IRL? That's a great question.
Artiste.
Okay. That'll do it, yeah, exactly. Meme, what's the diff?
Ooh.
Could you mime to us what the difference between a mime and a meme is? Anyway, so how many of these boxes are you dropping down there? I mean, gently placing. You're doing all of them. All of them. Okay.
But so
You think-
once one's gone down, then I'm gonna be like, and then go down and untie them at the bottom.
Right. Okay.
Because someone needs to go down and do that. But I will do that with the unmovable rod, so I can easily get up and down.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is roll me one more stealth check to cover you moving the entirety of the boxes. I think that's probably fair. A fair exchange, 1 roll for all of the explosives.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You gotta be real grateful for Pass Without a Trace. You're real grateful.
This plan
the
doesn't work
entirety of this
without it.
plan hinges on Oro casting 1 spell. Okay, right. So you are gently placing these boxes at the bottom, but there are quite a few of them. At the end of the day, the tunnel gets pretty compact. You start to kind of loosen the ropes and place them down. And are you putting them down in any particular order? Basically, what I'm saying to you is that if you do it haphazardly, you're going to have a clusterfuck of boxes at the bottom of this. You are going to block off the entirety of this tunnel with kegs of explosives.
Haiku wants to do them large to small, so we would have done that as the resident.
All right, so you would have started with the larger ones and then brought the smaller ones in. Okay. So
Maybe
when you get to the bottom...
I think if Randall went down and it was starting to look really packed right at the very bottom, he might go back up and like call Haiku down, or like mime Haiku down and be like,
I am okay with this plan hinging on one roll. Rolls like shit.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay. So as you get to the bottom, you're placing down your final box. You hear well, you don't hear. I suppose you're at the bottom of this pit. You're out of the range of the hush money now, aren't you? So you can hear and feel a rumble on the other side of the massive wall of kegs that you've made. Is now to the point where you can't actually really see to the other side because there are so many boxes. You've kind of made a wall in front of yourself that's blocking off the tunnel.
It's not there.
Yeah. But you can feel a rumble and a vibration, and it's like it's getting closer. You've placed the final of the explosive kegs down there now.
Okay. I give you like the matchbox.
Oh, here comes the whoop. Eventually. Here we go. Whoop.
Oh.
Tiny servant. You touch one tiny non-magical object that isn't attached to another object or a surface and isn't being carried by another creature. It animates and sprouts little arms and legs, becoming a creature under your control until the spell ends or the creature drops to 0 hit points. See the stat block for the statistics. As a bonus action, you can mentally command it's within 120 feet of you if you control multiple creatures, blah, 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 blah. You decide what action the creature will take, where it will move during its next turn. You can use simple general commands such as fetch key, stand watch, stack some books, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fantastic. Set yourself on fire. So the duration of that is 8 hours. It's not concentration. It's verbal and somatic.
We're out of the silence thing when I cast it here, aren't we?
You're going to have
Whispering.
to be.
Yeah, okay.
I
can whisper it into existence, though, is what I'm saying.
Sorry?
I can whisper it into existence.
You can use verbal components quietly, but that will also require a stealth check.
This is where
Make mac and cheese.
this is where Randall and Haiku have to sacrifice themselves. Got one match left.
So can you describe to me how it looks when you are animating a little matchbox into a tiny servant? What does the tiny servant look like when it is animated, etc.?
I don't have to mind this, do I?
No, you can describe this to us.
Okay, hang on. Do you remember when I described when the turret gets formed, it's like a bunch of metal shards come out and sort of do it?
Sure.
And this one it's just a normal matchbox, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So like the box sort of floats into midair and slides up, and then 4 matchsticks float out, and then the metal bonds the matchsticks to the relevant positions on the matchbox to look like a little torso.
Oh.
And a little
So-
snapped off matchbox for a head. Matched maybe 2 for eyes. It depends how whimsical I'm feeling at the moment.
Okay, so you make a little matchbox person, and you
It's
say,
quite cute until it's going to self-immolate itself.
and you telepathically command it to do what?
Why are the 2 people who are at the top of the tunnel doing nothing at the moment getting all these D6s by the way?
Yeah.
What's going on?
People keep getting very low stealth checks
Yeah.
while in the middle of
They're not on the
tunnel.
ground, they're on the sort of explosives next to them. Bloody brain-confusing insects. What is this? Oh. At least the insults me dinner and then it gives orange. Fuck me.
Oh my God.
goodness.
Anyway,
Thank you, Evan.
Thanks for interacting with the game, Evan. Much appreciated, buddy.
This matchbook's on fire.
I like the idea of Evan not even having. Evan's got it muted, mate. He's AFK. He just dropped that in there. He
Yeah.
stepped away
someone
from the
clip it
keyboard.
and send it to him.
The super mode is perfect. Okay. So you telepathically command your tiny servant to do what?
Well, to begin with, I'll get it to sort of crawl itself into all the wall of explosives. But I mean, I won't tell it to light anything till I'm up top anyway, because I don't need it yet.
Okay, all right. Well, it gets down there, and Randall's sense of impending danger starts to tingle as the floor underneath where the weak floor starts to, the dirt starts to kind of shift. It seems
this
like maybe something is tunneling
Oh,
up.
wait. Where are we?
You have not left yet.
No, but are we on top of the explosives or are we in this room?
You are in second level, -2.
Right.
The room where the explosives were.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here. Scroll. Scroll. Run. Oh. Oh, is that the anime run or something?
The Naruto run.
Yeah.
Scroll.
Scroll.
You. No. Back.
Shell.
Maybe he wants you on his shell.
How many
The
words is
dirt
it?
on the dirt on the loose start on
Let's
the
go.
loose part of the floor
Randall is
starts
just
to
walking to the
shift.
rope.
Is this something I'd be able to tell from up top?
You're not
there's,
in
like,
line of sight
rumbly?
even remotely. No. They are very close to the source of the rumbles, and it's not so much that the ground itself is shaking. It's that the dirt floor that was loose and that Randall almost fell through last episode is starting to shift, almost like something is burrowing up through it.
Open. I have no idea what that means.
I will allow everyone in the party to take guesses at
Open
what.
me, no. Back. Something on your back. Scroll.
Scroll.
On your back. Yes, there's a scroll on his back. No. There's a...
You can't reach it. You can't reach the scroll on your back. Ah.
Oh.
I look for the scroll on Haiku's back.
All right. Well, fortunately, you managed to find the scroll. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Okay. The floor underneath you immediately starts to just dissipate as it starts to fall into the tunnel beneath. You can see that these huge chitinous hands pull themselves up into the ground beneath you. Fortunately, the head has not yet surfaced. What the fuck are you doing?
We are getting the fuck out of here.
Okay, you are delta splitting.
Yeah.
You said that you want to try and grab the coin on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to make a stealth check.
Come on.
I'd like
stealth
one
check.
from Haiku as well, because you've just efficiently removed your silence aura by picking it up.
What's it?
Oh, 33. Sorry, 32. 32.
So I
And
feel
here comes
like
Haiku. Haiku's going to fuck it up. Yeah! Oh, no, you rolled a 6. You rolled a 1d6. I thought... Oh, you rolled a 1.
Yeah,
oh
he
my God,
rolled
you
a
actually
1.
did roll a 1. I didn't see
He
it.
actually rolled a 1.
I didn't see
And
you
then-
roll a 1.
so Nearly has been up top communing, talking to Selene.
Nearly
just
probably
been-
sees. I'm going to say you probably see Haiku climbing up. So you do have line of sight. If you didn't have line of sight, whatever
Also, you could
bullshit
hear
you're about
Haiku
to give
climbing
me,
up.
you absolutely would not have been allowed under any circumstances.
No, I was gonna say that it was because she's praying to Selene that Selene
Ah,
would know.
see, all right, okay.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
know. She would be
Okay.
saying like,
Okay.
Selene, take the wheel,
I really love the idea
save him from
here
himself.
that, by the way, since having read what Oro had in the chat previously, I really love the idea that you are sat there praying to Selune, where Oro is covering you in leaves and twigs to make sure that you blend in.
Yeah. I don't really understand why she's doing it. I'm like, okay, this is I'm sure there's a reason for this. I accept
This is what we're doing now. This is
This is what we're
Nerdy
doing?
is praying to her god or goddess, and Oro is just being like, for fuck's sake, she's not even remotely hidden. She's not even tried to find a bush to sit in. just placing twigs, leaves, mud. She's got like dirt all over her face now, and Nerdy's just like, I don't like this. This is gross. But
I
just
don't understand.
dedicated
Yeah.
praying. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, you successfully invoke your inspiration point
Okay.
for Haiku purely on the basis of faith and your position with your goddess. I would like you to roll your stealth check again, please. Functionally, that was a dirty one as well. So
Me?
you rolled a 2. Yes, only Haiku.
I was about to say you can only improve, and then I realized you've got -1 stealth, so you could actually roll lower.
I've already rolled a D6. I would add. Oh!
Hallelujah.
I can't believe it took me so long to notice that you rolled a 1 on your previous
Yeah.
one. Oh my goodness.
That's what
I
you were
was
still
so
talking, and I was
distracted.
like, I am at the top. I'm like, we
I
are
was distracted
intervening.
by the 22 rolled over here by Randall. Right, Selune be praised indeed, as fortunately Haiku manages to not fuck up. So you are both halfway up the shaft by the time that you see the kind of the shadow of a creature moving along the base of the shaft from one side to the other. You get to the top, or close enough to the top for Haiku. Who's going first?
What, up?
Yeah, who's on the top of the rope?
I mean, I would imagine it was Randall.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
pretty speedy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad that's the case, because I was going to say otherwise one of you is going to have to wait patiently whilst Haiku casts the spell. Okay, well, regardless, the spell
I
is
mean,
being
Randall
cast,
doesn't
is that
need the
right?
rope. He could just go around. Like, it doesn't matter.
That's true. Or you need a little bit of momentum, you know?
I've got the immovable rod. I can
Oh, that's
just,
true.
like,
Yeah, you do have the
doink,
immovable
doink
rod. Yeah,
my
yeah,
way up.
okay. Yeah.
Infinite momentum.
That's infinite momentum. Okay, all right. So you've got sufficiently up. You've got 120 feet. What is it you want to do now, Haiku?
I'm going to use, I forgot what it's called again. All the spells and stuff are still all duplicated, by the way. Is there any fix to that?
I think
Okay,
you'd
I-
have to manually delete them, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's no fix to that then. Okay.
I suspect that if there was a fix, that they would have done it already.
There's no fixing that then. I love that. Never mind.
Have
the
to
way
do
it's
it
gotta be.
manually? Nope.
I'm going to use my spell scroll of transmute rock, and I'm going to turn all the rock there into mud.
All of the rock at the very base of this shaft, you are going to turn into mud, and in so doing, collapse it into the floor beneath it,
Yes.
releasing this wall of explosives that you've built into the floor below.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will mentally tell the brave tiny servant, to self-immolate and set all the fuses off.
You might call him a brave little toaster.
Brave little toaster. So can you describe to me how this spell looks? By the way, you're having to do this like one-handed. You've got like one hand on the rope. You've like jankily pulled out the scroll, loosened it, and you're reading it. By which I'm sure. Can you check the requirements of the spell? Because I'm sure it's got somatic components.
So I have to Google it. It's not actually in.
It might be in like Tashes or something, I think.
Oh, I've got to. Okay.
Oh, where's it gone? It was right there. Look.
Wait, which is the component that means movement?
Somatic.
Okay.
It just means hand movement.
VSM.
Yeah, so it does. Needs
Yeah,
all.
verbal, somatic, and material. The
So
material
Randall-
in this case is the scroll itself that gets consumed.
Okay.
So
Then I cast Mage Hand
What?
to hold the scroll.
okay.
There you go.
Sorry, Doc,
I was-
what are you gonna do?
I
Sorry.
was gonna put the immovable rod under your feet so you could stand on it.
Aw.
Balance on the immovable rod.
Hmm.
I don't think I'd be able to balance on that particularly well.
Yeah.
Balancing one like large turtle foot while reading a scroll.
Okay, so you use Mage Hand to hold up the. Is Mage Hand concentration? Oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Why
We're
do you
going
have
with it.
these things?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
Doesn't say it is.
It's
Alright,
a
cool.
cantrip. I don't think.
Oh.
I
What
don't
says
think guidance
guidance?
is cantrip.
Ooh. Okay, so you use Mage Hand to hold the scroll up in front of you as you one-handedly start to do the somatic components that are required of you in order to successfully cast Transmute Stone. Let's have a look at this. Transmute Stone. Scrolling through all the S spells in this book. A lot of S spells.
Scrolling. Nice.
I think I put. Oh, it's not even in this. It's not even in this book. Which book is Transmute Stone? Is it Xanathar's?
Or isn't that there's a
Transmute Rock. There we go. Duration until dispelled. Area of stone or mud that you can see within 40-foot cube and within its range. Choose one of the following effects: rock to mud. Muddy enough that creatures can sink into it.
Ooh.
Okay. If you cast the spell on a ceiling, the mud falls. Any creature under the mud when it falls must make a dexterity saving throw. They take 4d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. How
Unless
much
the
health does
eggs
the
make
tiny
it sexy.
servant have?
No, the collapsing is going on under the tiny servant.
Yeah, but the tiny servant's pretty deep in this wall of explosives. Don't actually check. I was joking. Don't worry. You have to actually look at your book. I was joking. I don't want. I would never ruin such a beautifully constructed plan on such a annoyingly small detail. All right. So you cast your spell, and as you do so, the floor melts. It just drops out from underneath the bottom of the shaft, and as it does so, you can see it turn into this liquid that starts to pour and slosh down the tunnels. You can see the wall of explosives that you'd made gently, delicately kind of balanced on top of one another start to tumble into the ground, and as it does so, you can see your tiny servant go as it falls down into the mud and the slush, and as it does so, you can kind of just see it distantly fall away into darkness, and you
Well,
telepathically.
not complete darkness. There's like a little spark at the end.
Oh.
Oh no!
Okay. And you're just climbing your way up. So are you telepathically telling it to ignite the fuse and to self-immolate itself immediately as you end the spell for the transmute stone?
Yeah. As quick as possible.
Okay. You see at the bottom there's this little spark of what you can assume is the matchbook man or matchbook person
Brave little toaster.
grabbing its torso, pulling it up, grabbing like a handful of like, multiple handfuls worth of more matchsticks and then going whoosh.
In Lord of
As
the
a-
Rings. The
Not any
second,
art of this. Just a little
the
matchstick.
second
Now-
Lord of the Rings, that orc which is running, I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
Mordecai, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Now, are you imagining that? See, you need to be very precise with your instructions here. Are you having this tiny servant self-immolate, or are you having them light a fuse?
I think they are one and the same, Tom.
I disagree, because if you self-immolate in a compact explosive area, it might just immediately go off. If you light a fuse, you might have a little while before it goes off.
Plan was to light
Depends
a
on
fuse.
the type of explosives, really.
Okay, great. In this particular instance, the DM's saying that's the options that you've got.
Well,
How,
shit.
how would people feel about me flipping a coin for that decision?
Sure.
It's your life.
I'm closer to
Your
the
hit points.
explosion. At least I don't have all the shrapnel of Haiku's shell items hitting me, I suppose.
Oh my god.
Right, 1 for self-immolate, 2 for controlled burn.
The image was just too strong.
That sound.
This is the second time we as
I
a
do-
party have caused an explosion when we didn't necessarily want to.
I do think
premature explosion.
the self-immolation is more dramatic. It's more poetic.
It is
that
more
way.
dramatic. It is more dramatic.
Okay.
I do prefer the image of the self-immolation.
A tiny little raw comes up. Oh.
Would you have a name for your tiny servant?
It is going to die, so it does need a name.
Oh, that's precious.
Machu.
Macho man.
Torchy.
Haiku wouldn't give names to stuff like this.
That's
No,
true.
okay,
Would
alright.
you give a name
IQ,
to
alright,
this
we'll go
guy,
for it.
though?
Oh, now I regret the self-immolation. No. What a brave little boy. Being forced into it and had no control over it.
I'm
whatsoever.
sorry if
So-
I hurt
so-
anybody while screeching with glee.
Yeah, I want to show you that after it would be the center of that number one.
I like the idea of it saying, I'm helping, as he's
Yeah.
it's just you just see sulfur McTorchy. I love it. You just see a small
torching.
a small little ignition before a huge eruption occurs. The entirety of the shaft starts to just collapse underneath you. Randall is out of there. Randall's zippity zap got to the top, whereas you are dangling from a rope one-handed whilst you finish casting a spell. You need to get the fuck out of there before this starts to fall in on yourself. And you can see the caverns beside you are starting to fall. You see that some of the chitinous, like, kind of carapaces of these bugs have started to crawl themselves into the shaft beneath you and are trying to crawl their way up. As they do so, they are being bludgeoned by huge chunks of stone as it starts to slip and fall underneath you. Please make a dexterity strength saving throw as you are trying to hold onto the rope and get out there
Strength.
lickety split. Strength.
Thank God, because my dexterity is not good at all.
Oh, very grateful that your history of terrible rolls has missed out on this particular one.
So
As you
be
start
praised.
start to
Ever since
hightail it up there. And you gratefully manage to find your way to the top. You are holding the rope and the root, and your teammates, your party members, are also grabbing onto you and hefting you up as the floor itself just collapses in. The tree that your rope is attached to starts to lean and sway as it starts to plummet towards the pit itself as you pull yourself up with the help of your companions. And underneath you is now this giant sinkhole that just very briefly, before collapsing entirely, just erupts with just mud that gushes out of there. And you can just see that there is one tiny burnt out matchstick that lands in the dirt.
Is it in like a thumbs up position?
As a collector, I would like to pick up that still remaining, and it will take pride of place on the top of the shelf.
Oh, okay.
From Sophie.
Selfie. The second I said sinkhole, Adam, I was just riffing, you know. Things were coming out of my mouth. I wasn't thinking about them. And I said sinkhole, and I was like, Adam's gonna fucking call me out on that shit. Goddamn geologists. Fucking geologists. Can't say shit around geologists in fantasy land. Jesus. I'm imagining the matchbook saying, "I'm in danger" with the word "in" deliberately. Yes, literally. Mal, the second I read that "I'm in danger," I imagined it as "I'm danger" instead. I love that. Oh, I'm the danger. That's even better.
Oh yeah, looking at the insects, you're in danger.
I just love the idea of this, or this like the collapsed boxes of explosives, because you turned it into mud. So I imagine it being this kind of liquid flowing river that you've made just temporarily. So all of the explosives are like kind of a little bit soggy and drenched and compacted underneath this mud. And then from underneath the mud just comes this drenched Torchy who stood there and just turns around. All the Umberhogs looking confused and goes, "I'm the danger." Lovely. Okay, well, the floor is no more. The tree collapses in, but fortunately, each of you are now safely to one side as you look down at the remains of the nest that were below you. Quest complete.
Ding. XP gained.
I love the idea that we pull Haiku up, we all kind of like fall backwards and do the like roll away thing as the ground collapses, and then like I just sit up and the two of them see me for the first time and I'm covered in sticks and mud.
What the hell happened up here?
We were camouflaging.
Oh, I didn't know.
You were busy. I didn't want to disturb you. Yeah.
Oh, exploding large amounts of explosive underground is in fact one way to make a sinkhole. Yay! I lied. I did think it through. That was a purposeful thing I did.
Planned. Good job.
I was gonna say I can't think of what like a sinkhole is when there's like empty space and the stuff sinks into the hole, right? I'm like, what else would this possibly be?
I'm sure you'll get an answer in chat very shortly.
I want to know.
But before that arrives, let's have a little bio break, shall we? Since it's just a little bit over halfway through. You guys have a little bio break, and I'll let you know now. You guys are leveling up.
Way!
I forgot to look at my next level up.
Same.
Wow,
Me too.
It's not like you had like a month to do it, you guys.
Christmas happened.
So I'm not expecting you to have it all tied to your character right now.
Good.
Assume that it'll occur after your next level up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Okay.
assume that it'll happen. Wait.
Sorry, not level.
After our
Next,
next rest.
long rest.
Rest.
Long
Okay.
rest. I'm glad that Docs has a point in
after your next level up.
I'm glad that Docs has a point in understanding Tom speak.
Well, I heard you and thought what you probably meant, but I was like, I'm gonna confirm this.
Confirm it, yeah. All right, we're gonna have a little bio break. If you guys are new here, our bio breaks are as long as it takes. So that could be 60 seconds. Could be.
Could be 3 hours. Good luck.
Sometimes Docs has some big poops. But we'll be
True
back
facts.
shortly, and we'll just be chatting some shit. Ooh, maybe regret that.
You brought it up.
Wait a minute. No.
Back in a second.
No. Okay, go do all your stuff, chat. I was just moving all the d6s around. Is that right? Katie, Tom, me, yes. Okay, where's my be right back thing? Oop. Mute.
I appreciate the compliment on the suit jacket behind me. That is my dad's. He bought himself as a Christmas present early December. It's not mine. I'm keeping my parents are having new wardrobes fitted, so all their clothes are currently out, and I've got some of it in my room. But that is not mine. But, it's not my personal colour. Hi, Jay.
Yellow.
Hello. Oh, it's nice to be back to playing D&D.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I need to change my camera around a little bit. Maybe now that I've got a new job, I can afford a fancier camera.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Baby. I mean, maybe one that's slightly better.
Wow.
I hope Doc's enjoying his big poop.
Hey, let's not laugh. Everyone needs to do a big poop every now and then.
Everyone needs to do a big
Everybody poops.
poop. Listen,
Sometimes.
fiber is great. Just consume a lot of fiber. That's all I've got to tell you.
All fibre, nothing but fibre.
Only fiber.
Only fibre.
Just
Only
fiber
fibre.
forever. Get it all through your system.
Absorb none of it.
Oh yeah, the jacket in the background definitely has maths professor. When I first saw it in your background, I was like, that's a teaching professor outfit you got going on there.
I would say I might have to rob it, but my father is a large man.
Oh, is he not the same size, huh?
No, good God, no.
Good God, no.
What does that mean?
A large man.
Jack's a slim boy.
I'm a skinny lad.
Glad.
That's a good place for this microphone to be. I can't go any further back to the wall.
Higher.
Higher. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's some kind of like mad light coming off the left of the camera.
Yes, it's a mad light. It's just a lamp.
It just looked quite bright, alright?
Well, the problem is the light in this room has a dimmable switch, but not dimmable bulbs. So when you turn it on, basically it fucking flickers constantly, and it's terrible. It's the worst. So we light this room with 2 lamps on either side, because the alternative is buying like 3 7-pound bulbs or something. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Redox is here, but he's got food, so he's numbing.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, he did actually say that in chat. I just completely didn't notice it at all. Okay. All right. So, the cave underneath you has fallen into nothingness. Fortunately, you've not heard any of the rustles, the rummaging of any of the Umber Hulks trying to burrow their way out and exact revenge. In fact, after some time, you find yourself on the trail once more, back to Stag's Head, so you can turn in your quest and get some sweet, sweet monies. You follow the river the same way that you did before, and the tracks that you previously followed to get to the nest in the first place. And soon enough, you find yourself back at the hunting lodge. Christopher Bindelbap is on the front porch. You can see that he's nursing a drink, and he's got a nice kind of prepared brunch on his lap. He appears to be nursing his head on one side. The other hand is shoveling cheese. You can see that he's got some grapes there with him.
Ooh, cheese sounds so good.
Hello, we did it.
He doesn't even notice you come up until Oro says something. Oh, hello. Could you prove it?
I have this mandible. Found it. They're all dead now.
There's also a large sinkhole out there.
That's trustworthy. What did you do? I'm just gonna. it's too. It's a lot more effort not believing you than it is just believing you. What did you do? How did you solve our bug problem?
Well, unless somebody else wants to explain, I can try to explain the whole plan. Okay, so Oro
Okay.
cast a spell that makes everybody really quiet, and Randall and Haiku climbed down some ropes we tied together to get far enough down to where all the explosives had gotten before. By the way, the last people definitely didn't make it, so you should probably
Oh,
send their
that-
pay to their families or something.
Yes, that's how it works. Continue.
And then they and then they got all of the explosives down to the bottom because we have a thing that makes the area quiet, so the creatures down there hopefully couldn't hear, or maybe they were just really quiet and it worked out. And they got them all into a place above all of the eggs, and then Haiku turned that bottom chamber into mud so that the explosives landed on the eggs, and then he turned a matchbox into a little person, and it lit itself and blew up.
A very good description. Also, I also hope that Neroli is still camouflaged. Is it
Yeah.
likely that Neroli is probably
I
still
think
coated, or is she going to prestidigitate it herself?
I think if it hadn't been explained that wasn't needed, at some point she probably would have asked on the way back. But I see it as like she probably prestidigitated like the mud and stuff away, and she got like sticks and leaves like off of what she could see, but there's probably like random like sticks and leaves like in her hair
Yeah.
and stuff. So she's just telling the story with like leaves.
Okay, all right. It would have been pretty difficult to make that up. That sounds plausible. I offered to pay you
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
normal guild rates.
Nope.
No.
What did we agree upon?
600.
800, wasn't it?
It was 800.
Oh yeah.
Can
I
you
might- I might six
roll a
that,
deception check, please?
Who rolls a deception?
That would be Haiku who said first.
Deception, you say so?
Deception, yeah. There's no way I gave you 800. I'd never go that high.
It was 500, wasn't it?
Sounds
600.
sounds a bit
was
more like
600.
me. It was,
It was
probably
600.
400 gold
it
pieces.
600?
No,
I
it was
offered you, I
600.
think. Well, it seems like you're trying to swindle me.
No, it
I
was
got it
600.
written down. Look, I wrote it down. 600. And just the 6 might have looked like an 8 to Haiku. Definitely is 600.
You did know that your big bugs were Umber Hulks, right?
Oh, Umber Hulks.
They were Umber Hulks.
Did you harvest any of their resin?
No, they're all in a sinkhole.
We've got quite a lot of those on the market for material components. Alchemy is quite valuable.
Well, if
Well,
you want to pay us to go back
A
and
nest,
get
a
some,
nest that size. I mean, you could have easily got 10,000 gold pieces worth of. I'm not able to dig around in there.
So what you're saying is that if you hired a mining crew, there's 10,000 gold we just made down there under for you. So probably 800 is more fair.
I'll get your pay. And he walks away. And shortly comes back later. This time he is accompanied by 4 guards, as he has a small chest that he hands over to you.
just try and kick us out.
And he hands it to you and he says, "Now, please escort yourselves from the property. Pleasure doing business with you, etc., etc. Thank you, quest completers."
Completionists.
Just complete this.
Completion-
Don't worry about it.
Oh, is that your completionists? Yes, thank you, completionists. I shall write it down in the notes.
Can you write a review on Adventurer Guild? Use
Adventures.
I'll write that one of you tried to swindle me out of 800 gold.
Successfully.
Taking
We don't know how
that.
much.
You haven't checked the box yet.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
we should probably
Open
check
it.
it before we go.
Mhm.
There is 500 gold in there.
I think it was actually 500.
Well, I wrote 600 down specifically because I remember us talking about it, and I was like,
I as a DM, I've got to give you you got a nat 1 on a deception check for trying to swindle 800. There's gonna be some consequences.
That's fair.
I feel like docking you 100 gold is better than having to fight off the guards or something.
I mean, if we successfully fought them off, get it all.
Of all the gold.
That's true. Yeah.
And
Fight
all
the royal...
that umber
this spiral into chaotic evil is really increasing velocity.
I've done the
Haiku
book.
gives up on all of the other quests that you've got going on right now and just starts to be in the the illegal monstrous component trade or something. Just moves fully
Guys,
onto
I found it's so
harvesting.
much faster. Rather than bothering with the quest, just kill the person who was giving the quest and take their money. Like, cut the quest part out, It's so much faster.
This is this previous quote of Haiku being like, "There's a real ball ache to do this quest. We could just say we did it and then walk away."
Don't read into it too much.
I'm just trying to be funny. The number of times when I've been role-playing my character and I've said something that doesn't align with my image for the character, and I've been like, for fuck's sake, now I've made them seem like an asshole. But actually, I think they're kind of cool. And that's not all right. Okay, I relate to that. Don't worry, you're okay. So what's your plan, team? You've been given your chest of 500 gold pieces. Congratulations on your massive haul.
I think we're just gonna start get back on the road and head to Weymouth, right?
Mhm.
Wasn't that the plan? We were just gonna sleep here for the
Isn't
night and
there-
it turned into a side quest.
There's another place on the way, right? There's another, there's like a kink in the road, and there's
Yeah.
another village.
There,
or
yes, I'll move you on the map.
possibly
Yeah.
village.
Deadlook.
That's the one.
So we, as a party, are back on the road. We're moving our way over to Deadlook. Can I move that? Wow, look at this.
Whoa.
Wow, I can angle
Whoa.
the arrow.
This
Crazy what you can do with roll
Production
20.
quality.
We're not sponsored by Roll20 though.
We're
so
not sponsored.
confirm it.
We're not sponsored. Sponsor us, you
Not yet.
fucks.
Sponsored by Sleepiest Design.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh yes, where you can follow in Sleepiest Designs Patreon.
Nice.
You can get all sorts of stickies, access to behind the scenes content. It's
Never spell it right.
It's excellent. It's good stuff. Get on over there for as cheap as very little and as expensive as very much. If you want to just custom stuff and whatever you want.
I break.
Sponsored.
Oh, right.
Hashtag ad.
Anyway. So we are on the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. And we are traveling towards Deadlook. It's probably midday by now. You can almost certainly get to Deadlook before evening if you hop to it on this main road. And fortunately, you're back on track, and you're back on track through a main trading road that goes through the King's Forest. It is a mostly quiet journey.
I love that.
I don't
I
like
love
the
a nice-
mostly that was on there.
I like a nice little mostly quiet journey. There is one individual that you meet on the road who is of note. Who is a
Oh,
gentleman in a kind of a tightly fitting kind of tunic that's a little bit like it's too closely fitting. They've got lots of leather straps that are tightly wound as well that have various small vials that are attached to it. They are pulling along on their own a cart that has it's a stall. It's clearly like a mobile stall. It's got 4 wheels. It's got it's essentially a cabinet, and there's like a till box that is fastened to the side at the well, more at the back on the flat edge of it. It has a rope that is fastened to the front that he has over his shoulders, and he is pulling it along on his own. He is a small humanoid man who is clearly, on the far end of aging, and it's a miracle that he's pulling this on his own. He's doing so very, very slowly, but it's not. He doesn't look like he's having too much trouble with it, really. As he's tugging it along, you can see that one eye is larger than the other, and he looks you up and down. Adventurers,
Hello.
good day to you.
Good day.
May I interest you in any of my wares?
What do you have?
I have potions.
You a potion
You're
seller?
interested in potions? I am a potion seller, yes.
Oh no.
What kind of potions do you have?
I have all sorts of powerful potions.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, you can afford only these simple potions. I suspect that you would not be able to handle my most powerful potions.
What makes you think we couldn't handle it?
You are too weak and feeble. I see it in your eyes.
I think we could handle the powerful potions.
I don't believe that you could handle my most powerful potion. What are you interested in buying?
How much?
Fair prices.
What's that?
It depends on the potion. You think I sell all the potions at the same price?
How much is your most
You have-
powerful potion?
Let's have a looky-see. We got
Yeah.
all sorts of potions available. You want to have a bit of a browse of this convenient little stall that's been shut
potion
up here?
seller.
Potions, 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 potions.
Have you got any evaporation potions? Kinda hooked on it now.
Oh no.
Okay, let me load this bad boy up. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, yes.
Oh.
Yes, there is a potion of that type. It could make you very mystical. Get it? Mystical.
I like it.
But it is too strong for you. You cannot have it.
Why would you offer it if someone couldn't have it?
Yeah.
Only the most powerful adventurers may have those strong potions. You can have the weak potions.
I've already had a mist evaporation potion.
That's very irresponsible.
I was fine.
I don't believe you.
Oh, he's here. He's fine.
Yeah. I'm solid. Feel me. I'm solid.
Feel me.
I'm solid. Feel me.
Don't need
come
the powerful
on.
potion.
Sound clip that. What's it? 222.
Oh dear me. Ba-da-bum. All right. So this individual has many potions available that you can browse, although apparently only some of them that you can purchase.
That doesn't
Whilst
seem like a
looking
very
at
good
his
business.
stall, you can see that he has 3 potions of healing,
Ooh.
1 potion of greater healing.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, no,
Potion
2
of-
potions of greater healing,
Greatest healing.
1 potion of spooky turn into mist thing that I accidentally refreshed the page on and is now gone.
Okay.
Oh.
1 potion of
It's down the last stop.
diminution.
Oh what?
Diminution, which I'm going to have to look up, but I think it just makes you small, right?
Yeah, I'd like diminutive.
Diminutive. Diminution. Yeah, you gain the reducer effect.
Right.
Diminution's a hard word. What's the correct pronunciation of that?
I think you got it. Diminution. Sounds right.
Yeah, I got it right, according to my Chrome plugin that tells me pronunciations of words.
Right.
I'm not prone to violence, but maybe the completionists could just engage in some light banditry as a treat.
Don't tempt Haiku. I'm already on the edge.
Haiku doesn't need this push into chaotic evil.
Honestly, I almost question just how old this man was. Genuinely.
Who's really going to get the gentle push here? Is it Haiku into the gentle push of chaotic evil, or is it this gentle push of the old man onto the ground as you take his stuff?
No.
Outrageous, Haiku. I see you. I see you.
No.
The clip of "I'm solid, feel me." So there is also a potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Ooh.
And 2 potions of climbing.
Now we find the potions of climbing.
Typical.
How much are your healing potions?
Depends on which one you want. It depends on which one you want.
How much is the superior one?
The superior? I'm going to have to scroll through my list of prices.
Okay. You can tell me the other one as well. I want to know them both too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sounds like he quite enjoys
So
scrolling through his list.
so there are how many did I say of potions of healing?
3.
10.
3 potions of healing, 2 greater healing ones.
Yeah.
So the potions of healing are a cheap 50 gold pieces. The greater healing is 150.
Okay.
What were the ones that we had before?
It could be you had the superior one.
Because we definitely had some which had like gold glittery stuff in them, right?
That's just Tom adding a
Oh, was that just
adding a bit of
extra?
flavor.
Okay.
The potion of diminution is 270 gold pieces.
Okay.
The climbing is 180.
So what does
And
the
the
potion of
frost
climbing,
giant strength was the other one.
what does a potion of climbing actually do?
Probably just gives you a climbing speed.
I mean,
What's
I don't
Sure.
fucking know.
What a
well, I'm asking.
Oh, the
potion
gaseous
seller.
form one. Yes, sorry, gaseous form. 300 gold for the gaseous form one.
That's a lot to become a gas.
What was the frost
Well,
giant?
Haiku's addicted now. Frost giant one.
Gotta feed the addiction.
Frost giant, frosty giantess.
Frost giant leading the way. Crossfire? No, nobody. Okay.
No, sorry.
Listen, I'm focusing. All right, these guys gotta deal with your references. I can't see.
It's free then. So it's free.
Is he laughing
I
because
can't see.
that's true?
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, they haven't added it to this. I was using Sane's magical prices, but it's not on the list. So I will say 300 gold.
Okay.
Sure hope you guys have been paying attention to these prices, because I certainly haven't. Looked like Jenny was maybe writing some stuff down, so I trust her.
Yes, I read that. I'll have a potion of greater healing, please.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have the potion of greater healing.
That means I need to use some of the money from the bag of holding. They call it sack of holding. And like, no, that's not it.
Yes. Purchase it, please. Only all the potions I sell you.
Wait, only one?
Only for you.
Oh.
One at a time.
Oh, but can I buy another thing after everyone else has brought a thing, or is that
No,
just one?
only one for you.
Oh,
How do you survive as a business, Mr. Potion Seller?
By having such ridiculous prices, clearly.
I sell to the strongest adventurers and not the weak.
But you only sell one thing to them.
Oh, those who have more strength are more able to spend money.
But your most expensive potion is only... No, it's your business. It just
So-
doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't sell it to...
So are you saying that if somebody has a lot of money, then they must be very strong?
Yes, that's exactly it. That's
Show him the
precisely what I'm
chest.
saying.
Show them the chest of gold.
Like,
That's got quite a lot of jingly janglies on you.
if you open a bag of holding, can you make it so you can see items that are in it?
Sure,
'Cause, like,
why not?
Because then I can just be like, here is all the gold, and it'll just be a massive pile of gold.
You accidentally show a bunch of sprouts instead.
Yeah, sorry, wrong category. Yeah. Unless you accept sprouts. If you accept sprouts as currency, then
rich.
Now listen, I've got places to be. Stop wasting my time.
will you sell us strong potions now?
No. You are clearly weak.
Rude.
Oh, how do we
What's the
show
other
that
one
we're
you
not?
want, Oro? I'll just
If
get
only
it.
you were a higher level adventurer.
Oh.
What's a level?
I don't know.
But I know it when I see it.
Yes, I know when I see it.
We accidentally stumbled into a god. It's Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil. I love Tom Bombadil. He's probably the most powerful character in all of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And you know what he is? A bard. He sings. Just saying.
Listen, anyone can sing, okay?
But not sing magic.
Okay,
That is
that's fair.
exclusively.
Yeah, that is a bad thing.
That's a proprietary bard ability.
You're saying that when a cleric does a chant, that's not singing?
No, because the god's doing all the work for the cleric. Bards
The
don't need
gods doing all
gods.
the heavy lifting, they're just doing a bit of singing.
Yeah, they're just asking for help.
Any of my other weak potions interesting you, weak adventurers?
I'll take a healing one as well.
Okay,
A big healing.
yes.
Is Haiku's eyes twitching at this point? Just like,
A little bit.
pat pat, it's a pat pat.
You can't handle my strongest potions.
I will
Maybe
say,
your
Tom, I
potions are
I
just
don't
too
like
weak
one
for
of my
us.
favorite memes being used against me.
Clerics are spell beggars.
Clerics
Never got
and
it.
warlocks,
Oh, especially warlocks.
especially warlocks.
Or warlocks are spell subs.
Spill subs.
Thank you. Thank you for someone laughing.
I wish I could hydrate. I forgot a drink or a snack, so I'm just sitting here without even water, like a
Oh my goodness.
scrub. I
That's
know.
what the bio breaks for. Filling
Yeah,
yourself and emptying yourself.
I decided I wanted to change something about the way I was doing my level up, so I did that instead.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I would like to buy one of the gaseous form potions, however they are rather expensive, so people would like to save.
You've
on
got
those.
money.
Yeah,
Just
you.
exactly how much?
You can't handle it. I won't send it to you.
What do we have to do to prove that we're powerful?
Nothing. Be a greater quality person. I don't know.
We just saved the whole area from a bunch of Umbra Hulks.
Umber Hulks, Schmumber Hulks.
Well, I don't think there's any budget with this guy. Just you gotta buy the potion that you want. The silence is killing me. Please, someone buy a potion.
I don't think I want to buy anything from him. He's not very nice.
Yeah, you won't sell me the potion I want, so what's the point?
Oh dear.
You're trying to give people money.
Sometimes they don't want to serve you because you are too weak and feeble.
Tom's making me, okay? Alright.
Please buy a potion if you want to buy a potion.
This is on Tom.
It is on Tom.
Okay,
Or
do
is
you want to know how much
Is
money
it
everyone has?
memes?
Yes, please.
Are memes
Okay.
to blame?
So, Aura, you have 650 goldie pieces.
Oh my god.
I haven't taken the 87 off yet,
Okay.
and everyone else has 450 because there's 200 from Aura's performance.
Oh yeah. The 87 is what I have in my pockets. Like that's just what has remained
Okay,
there.
so
So
you want me to take off 150 for your potion?
yes, please.
When the DM knows where your buttons are. You remember that troll under the bridge the other day that tried to take some of the IP stuff? And that wizard that had silence and grease underneath and early, so she couldn't do anything.
Yes.
And the performer that copied Oro. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Wait, that means it's my turn next.
Oh, is it? You had the books that got eaten by termites,
True.
and the
Oh,
spooky
I
book,
assumed that
spooky book that
hippo-
turned somebody into a mushroom.
That also wasn't great.
Oh, I thought the hippo would have been that. The hippo person. Was it?
Oh, the hippo was also that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The GIF.
Gift first one.
See, I sprinkle my gifts evenly.
Gifts.
I
Hey.
distribute my joys and my sorrows. Just
Well,
you
I-
wait until we get to the next stuff I've got cooking. Oh, baby.
I say we leave, but if you all want to buy something, you can.
I've already bought my potion. I've got a greater healing.
Yeah, me too. You two don't want to buy anything, that's fine.
So you won't sell me the potion of gaseous form?
You are too weak and feeble.
What is your strongest potion?
This one. And he points to the potion of frost giant strength.
I don't believe that you made that at all.
Yeah, I think it's a selling tactic. None of these
Mhm.
potions.
What? You are accusing this old man, this old
Of being-
alchemist.
Weak.
Yeah, prove your potions are strong.
He
No, we have to show ourselves.
grabs
Show
one of the
yourself.
potions off of the shelf, pops it open, glugs it down. He brings out a small stool, puts his arm on it. Arm wrestle me
How
right
much was
now.
how much was that one worth?
I can make them
How much was it worth?
a lot of money.
It was 300 gold.
300 gold. Good. Do you feel better now, Haiku? You made him waste 300 gold.
Absolutely.
Okay, we can go now.
If you really want to arm wrestle,
Arm wrestle me.
go on then.
Wait,
I'm
can we
using
Yeah,
a
arm wrestle?
gauntleted arm. by the way.
Gauntleted arm. Okay.
Guidance.
Can we bet on it?
Yeah, you can bet on it.
I'm gonna bet one sprout on it.
What sprout? You're gonna get paid in sprouts.
Considering my last roll was a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm betting against you, definitely.
Even if you know I'm gonna lose, you're still gonna back me up.
Really, your Katie is showing.
No, she wouldn't have done it if he hadn't made Haiku mad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We're still on the tense music. We need to go onto the.
Oh, I have had no music this whole time.
Oh, I've had the tense music this whole time.
Yeah, I thought it was quite fitting with the.
Well, it was
Yeah.
fitting for the
Bill.
cave. I had the cave on purpose. But we're now on to day-to-day Harp C.
Ooh.
That's what it's called, Harp C. So I'm gonna have a couple. We're gonna have best of 5 strength checks.
Can I give my non-combat D6 to Haiku?
Sure.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, guys.
I got
I'll
D6
guidance
too.
you. And then you've got 2 D6 as well.
Okay.
All right. So roll me your checks, please.
All in a row?
Yeah.
Well, after
Wow, I rolled shit. I rolled so bad.
Oh. Oh. What? Oh. Oh.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You rolled worse on.
Wait, but you've got,
Oh yes, I got my D6 too. Yeah.
yeah, you've
Yeah.
got 2 D6 and
A
a D4. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I rolled so bad. Holy shit.
Oh. Oh.
Right. Rather than.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, since we've added those out of turn and the additional, those are some high numbers you got for your D4s and your D6s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's total them up.
So 14, 18, and 22? Because you can't add a D6 to more than one. Or to more than one D6 to a single roll.
What time music starts playing?
Yeah.
What'd you get in total?
Oh, you got me to add them up.
Yes, you got it.
You are the mathematician after all.
60.
Oh,
But one of his is a crit. Shouldn't that count for more?
Well, I also rolled a crit.
Oh, okay.
Also,
I
two
also
more crit fails, so
two.
watch out for that tactic.
Is your strength? Yeah, there's 2 crit fails. Yeah.
I rolled a 4 on the D4.
Do you? So is your? Let me have a look at your character sheet a second. Strength. Oh, it is +2, and you do have a. Okay, yeah. It's the same. I was just checking that your strength check and your saving throws weren't different. They're fine. So you beat him.
Oh.
My grand total was 58.
Oh.
Eesh.
Bearing in mind that with this potion, this gentleman has 23 strength.
Oh my.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I rolled that poorly.
I mean, I did too.
It was real bad. Real bad. But you and this old man, you're at it for a while. It's real close. It's real close. But as you're just about to lose, the old man has a, oh, my back, oh! He plays it off as you beating him because he's feeble and old, not because he's doesn't have the strength. My potions are strong. My back is weak because I'm elderly. You feel good about beating up an old man, do you?
He didn't beat you up, he just beat you.
Ah!
Yeah, if you want me to beat you up.
And now
No,
you threaten
no.
me?
That was Jack saying that, not Haiku.
There's Haiku's internal monologue.
Maybe.
23 strength. This old man henge. Exactly. Strong potion. This kind of straggly old feeble gentleman has just shown some real strength, which demonstrates the strength of his potions, but
Not that he made them.
no. I suppose it doesn't demonstrate that, no.
Now maybe you'll learn not to be so mean to people. You wasted a potion.
It's irresponsible for me to sell these potions to people. They might use them on the fellow human and non-human kind and all the different whomever and whatever people.
But none of these
well-
potions hurt anybody, so why would that matter if they used a potion?
Oh,
on
I
someone
could
else
hurt
on
someone with
themselves?
this.
If you were worried about that, you should have said beforehand. The gaseous form is just for me. It's a hard life. You know, dragging all these things around. Sometimes you just want the weight off your shoulders.
Oh, well, I'll sell it to you then.
You know what? I don't want it now.
No.
I do.
No, you have to buy it now. After all that.
I will buy
I
the
could
potion of
still do
gaseous form.
Oh.
Buddy.
Okay. Yeah, sure, yes. That's a very strong potion for you. To not use in combat,
But
Yeah,
just
it
as
will-
a spa break.
Yes, it will be used in my room on my own.
Oh, well, yes, I'm very happy. Yeah. That'll be 300 gold, please. Or 270 or whatever it was. 300, it was 300.
It's 300.
Yes.
270?
370, 300, 370, 300, 300, 300.
It's 300.
I'm just saying, 'cause if it's labelled at 270 legally, you have to tell it. Big old 19-inch working there.
Yeah, you can have this potion. This will you. Yes. To be using on your own,
Yeah, by myself.
by yourself.
Yeah, no one else will be there.
No one else can have any of these strong potions. They're too weak and feeble.
Well, they haven't proved themselves, have they?
They've not proven themselves.
I sort of turn around and sort of give a wink to everyone that I'm not actually insulting them.
Can we go now?
I'm just humoring them.
Bye forever.
I'll see you never. Bye.
Later, nerds.
What the fuck?
Is he pulling the cart a lot faster now because of the potion strength?
Well, that was his back was still weak though. Surely
Is that-
pulling
is it?
the back.
Yeah, I mean maybe. Its strength is just he's thrown someone out. That's all. You gotta leave this weak and feeble old man with his injured back as he tries
Yeah,
to
sure am.
lift this. Sure am. All right. Well,
He's not very nice.
He ambles off after having eventually sold you some good potions. I mean, fair prices for some good old Heliol potions, which are very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good that you got some healing potions on your way to fight a dragon.
Fight a dragon, yeah.
Okay,
All of us.
all of us. All of you got healing potions.
Yes.
I am a healing potion.
Mine may not be physically healing, but mentally healing instead.
Wow.
Lovely. Lovely.
Beautiful.
Okay. Well, you, at the end of the evening, saddle up to Deadlook. Deadlook is it's a nice crossroads in the road. You can see that there's also the Starwater Road that continues north, whilst the South Road, the Ranger's Way there, continues down to Weymouth. So it is a bit of a hub. But it doesn't look like it's done a very good job of leaning into that kind of trade route, kind of come here, spend loads of money kind of chic that you've seen in other places along the road here. For example, Immersea knocking up all their prices and having everything super bougie. Deadlook just looks kind of sad, honestly. It seems like a kind of town that's kind of like the people there don't want outsiders around, but they just keep appearing. And then they just reluctantly kind of just give them service and they make money off of them, but they'd rather just be left alone, to be honest. The inn here that is in the center is called the Blushing Kiss Inn, and it is directly opposite an archway that is made of stone and sits in the dead center of the small town. It is empty, and everything apart from the arch and a few stone steps that lead out of it. It is clearly not decorative. It seemed to have had some kind of functional purpose, but it is covered in moss.
A portal, is it?
You can investigate if you like.
Yeah, go on then.
Guidance.
Could be an
Give
arcana.
me an arcana check, please. An arcana or an investigation check. Oh, can I have an arcana check, please, with my +8?
One arcana check coming up.
So it appears that this was, in fact, at some point a portal. Two things become apparent to you after shifting some of the moss that was growing on it.
Prestidigitation.
With the help of Neroli, is that first and primarily the thing that draws your attention is that there is a indentation on the right-hand side around waist level for most humanoids that is small and circular. It is not super deep. It's like maybe an inch. And the second thing that is made apparent to you is that you can, with enough work, find small grooves in the stonework around the base that look like they have been chiseled there. And with those grooves, they have sigils. It looks like a teleportation circle.
Yes.
I would like to study and record this teleportation circle, please.
You can very easily use the kind of notations from you've been scribbling down over the adventure to transcribe this teleportation circle. In fact, there are points of it that you find familiar. It's almost as if the teleportation circle, after having gotten familiar-ish with the spell teleportation, you are familiar with essentially when they make these sigils, there are sigils that are put in place to essentially say, this is the spell that I am casting. I call upon these different resources in order to cast this spell. But one or two of them are also kind of, they are coordinates. So they aren't necessarily like latitude, longitude, and whatever, but they are things that they're a bit like zip codes, I guess, would be the closest thing for Americans. Postcodes for us Brits, that kind of vaguely tell you the sort of area that you're in, and you recognize that some of the sigils here imitate those of the ones in the circle that you saw in the house in Nesmith.
Okay. So I'm kind of getting to the point where I can like crack a code and maybe get us somewhere.
You can
if there
100% record. You 100% can take this circle and you can cast a spell and take you to its destination. You don't know for certain exactly where it will take you, but combining the two with your records of the one that you had, because you'd drawn the circle that you'd found in Nesmith, you know that you can reverse engineer it. So from this, you have essentially obtained two different teleportation destinations, wherever the fuck this is going, and home.
Okay. So I've got Nesmith, I've got the secret place in our house, I've got Dead Luke, and then wherever the fuck this one goes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Hell yeah.
I truly thought that would come about much sooner. When Neroli picked up this spell, she was like, I'd quite like to like maybe get it in context of the story, like because you get the spell and you get to learn two places you can teleport to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'd quite like to find out organically through the story. I was like, I can think of something. I got something, and I had it in mind. And I thought, oh, this will happen in a couple of sessions' time. It's been an entire level. I'm very sorry, but
no, it's okay.
The price that we pay for a little bit more intensive RP stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
I apologize. But you now have access to, you can teleport to Deadlock, you can teleport to Nesmith in the house, and to wherever the fuck this goes.
Where the fuck the house one goes and wherever the fuck the Deadlook one goes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. Hell yeah.
Sick.
Do I have an idea based on the like zip code, like nature of it, like where this might be, or like if
They
it's on
are
a
both
different
going
plane?
to the same destination
Well, that's what I can tell.
postcode
Okay.
wise.
Okay. Interesting.
You don't know precisely where it is, and you suspect that the general postcode area is the same destination for the one in the house and the one in front of you,
Okay.
but the more specific coordinates are different. So they
Okay.
are in the same area, perhaps the same continent. It could be the same plane of existence, but the more specific part of it is different. And the only real way for you to find out is by activating this portal or casting the spell.
So this is definitely a teleportation circle. And weirdly, this is me explaining to everyone else. Weirdly, it seems like it goes to roughly a similar location to the one in the house.
Whoa.
I don't know where, but it's got similar markings, like from a location perspective.
Could there be like a central hub of circles so you can get to like different places?
Maybe. That would be really interesting. I
Could we
can
get
cast it
back to
twice
the
and we could
house?
find out. Yeah. In about a minute. Unless, although this one has that place, it looks like maybe a button would go. So unless there's a way to activate it more quickly, I can at least take about a minute to get us back there.
Cool.
Whoa.
Sick.
Level up.
Level up.
New skill unlocked. Fast travel.
Oh,
Yeah.
fast travel enabled. Thank God. Imagine if we had
We
that
didn't
horse.
even have to go to every city to do it.
Only had to obtain level 10.
Mhm. Stardew Valley level up sound.
Do we want to try and use it now, or are we just noting that?
I have wanted to know where it goes, but since the circumstances around the one in the house are a little creepy, it's very possible that it takes us to a place we don't want to be. You know what? Let me look back through my notes actually, because I feel like I had an impression of where it went.
Or the one in the house?
Yeah.
We're not casting Teleportation Circle. Oh, no, we are casting Teleportation Circle.
Oh, I'm not doing it just yet.
No. I'm looking at the spells in the book. Yeah,
Oh,
Teleportation
okay.
Circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what's there, but I can get us there. Twinged tentacle of shadow with Shadowfell energy was nearby it. So we were under the impression that maybe it went to the Shadowfell, which is a place she doesn't necessarily want to go, but also like wanting to see it happen and get to wherever the secret place is very intriguing to her.
You're also not 100% certain that's true. That was your deduction at the time.
Yeah.
You gotta trust past Nerdy and trust past Katie to have written notes that are accurate for you to understand now.
Wait, I've got a what past Nerly and what past
So
Katie?
you've got to pass. You have to trust past Nerly
Yeah.
to have rolled correctly to deduce that, and trust past Katie to have written down in her notes something that
The
present
proper
Katie
thing.
can understand is accurate.
Yeah. Secret place in our house. Maybe Shadowfell because of tentacle energy, which is not. Man, okay. Phrasing. So it could be somewhere potentially very bad, but maybe not.
Oh.
Or we could just go home for a bit. Or we could not use it at all and just stay in the inn
Well-
that's right here.
Or we could stay at home because then we don't have to pay for an inn.
That's true.
Yeah.
Check the homes.
You wouldn't have to pay for an inn. How much did teleportation circle cost?
Maybe, might not be
50
going
gold
down.
pieces worth of stuff.
Ooh.
As
It's more
I'll reiterate for our players and any viewers who are curious. When it comes to materials, obviously anything that requires materials you can cast without a material as long as you're using a focus, apart from gold and monetary things, which I will require to be expended.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out how much the inn is first, because we tried to stay in some place and they're like, oh, it's 1 billion gold to stay here.
That's true.
If the inn's 51 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to pay
You have to
100.
cast it back to go. You have to come back
Yeah.
as well.
Oh.
Gotta go both ways. I'm not trekking all the way back.
Imagine how many side quests I could fit in between a journey and the way back.
There and back
Be level
again. A
12 before we get
teleportation story.
You go check the inn then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a little poke around.
Hmm.
Okay. Right. Let's switch to a new soundtrack.
Whoa, thank God that one was making me a little bit sleepy. It was almost like meditation sounds.
I literally yawned as right before he did that.
All right, okay, we're learning a lesson here.
It was very
There
nice.
is,
I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it was very
There is drowsy, nice music. We're here only for Woo Tavern! This is called Rowdy Tavern, baby. We're in a rowdy tavern right now. Woo! As you open up the door, you can see that there is some excitement going on right now. Everyone is up on their table chairs. Bleep, 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 bleep. Woo! This is very exciting because on the far side of the it's a very small tavern. Every single one of them is just wearing kind of like absolute plain basic. They're basically out in there just like normal clothes. None of these individuals are Aura with 3 R's.
I was going to say that. Please don't be an Oro. Please don't be an Oro.
That's not an Aura. All of these individuals you can tell they aren't adventurers, is what I'm trying to say. You're amongst the peasantry, the locals, because they are all kind of just wearing plain clothing. But on the far side of the room is something that is maybe the size of a cat, maybe a little bit larger than a cat. That is a violet color, has 2 huge wings. I say huge wings in relative to its size, big wings, and a long tail and a kind of draconic snout that is flying through the air. As it does so, it is releasing this mist that is kind of blowing out of its mouth in trails that is slowly sitting in the air as it kind of drifts down onto the crowd. And just these fantastical images are appearing around. Little fireworks are going off in the distance. You can see that there are just these kind of magical swirling lights that are going off around the room. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. In front of you is a fairy dragon.
Ooh. Okay.
Chug.
Certainly not. They're telling the fairy dragon to drink, right?
No, they're just ambient background noises.
Okay. Well, as soon as I see a fairy dragon, I just kind of like wander over there, a little like not quite transfixed, but basically.
So you're not quite transfixed, but you're kind of like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you step into the tavern, could you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Yes.
You step into the tavern, but you're stepping into the mist that's being released by the dragon at the same time. Chug.
Hey.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm going to use a flash of inspiration there, and you can put a +4 on that.
Ooh, 12.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you are fine then. You have resisted the euphoria breath.
That's dangerous.
What does that do?
That is, I'm not going to describe the
Okay.
minutiae of its effects to you, just because when anyone else walks into this mist, they'll also be required to make a wisdom saving throw. But nearly, I mean, it's probably not a conscious thing. It's probably not like something you've absolutely noticed. In fact, it's probably more that your eyes started to glaze over in wonderment. And Haiku, do you want to describe how you use your flash of inspiration?
I like to think it's just slightly pulling her back out of the mist.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Or even just like putting her hand on her shoulder just to stop her
Sure.
from going any further.
You give her a gentle touch that kind of just briefly snaps her out of it. You don't even necessarily feel like you were under any kind of aggressive, unpleasant effect.
Mm-hmm.
You just felt that maybe you were about to get caught up in a moment, and actually the moment's just the wave's gone away just for a second. You're still personally maybe enamored by the scene, but
It's still a cute little fairy dragon.
yeah, it's beautiful. This tiny dragon is just swooping around, flying, like doing cartwheels and stuff in the air, and just kind of swooping across the crowd, just like gently breathing mist out.
So, but I can kind of like recognize that there's something about this mist though, because I kind of had the like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do like the lean back thing and like, there's something about this mist, but I think I'm fine. Can I have a sprout? And I just reach into the bag of holding and grab a sprout, and then I hold it out for the thing to see if it'll come eat it.
So you're trying to. So you guys standing outside of the tavern now because the door's open. You're welcome in, but you've been slightly yanked back by Haiku.
I feel like, well, if I got pulled all the way out, I probably wouldn't go back in. But if it was just more of like a kind of like a touch, pat, shake
just
back
little,
to reality kind of thing, then if I'm still like mostly in, I'm just gonna like sprout.
Sure. Okay. Well, eventually the fairy dragon does make its way around the tavern to you, and it sees first the sprout. Oh, and then it sees you, and its eyes kind of just dilate almost, like it's like a drop in water, and it just kind of just widens. Whoa! It just kind of like flies in and just takes this sprout immediately out of your hands. Does so without even remotely, like you don't even feel teeth. It's just very gentle, very soft, and you can see that there is this kind of a joyous look of just this wonderful smile that kind of booms across this wonderful creature's face as it starts to sort of swoop around once more, and you're watching as it's just doing all sorts of kind of wonderful magical tricks to entertain the masses, and you are as it does one of the swooping kind of circles, it kind of almost feels like it's directing you towards an empty table. Like it looks like it kind of just hovers over one table for a particularly long time in your direction. Your eyesight is like directed towards it, and you notice it's empty and it's free.
Okay. I think it wants me to come sit down, but if y'all come in, you might. There's mist is like a happy mist or something. I don't know.
Happy mist. Well, Haiku's into mist now, so.
That's true.
There's only one happy mist, and it's in that bottle.
You don't know. You've never tried this happy mist.
Don't need to.
What if you became mist in the happy mist?
Oh.
What would be me?
That's
and
how
what would
mists
be
have
happy?
sex.
Diffusion.
sweet diffusion.
Oh, I love the chat reactions in those moments when we make some sort of joke like that. just to like.
When two mists love each other very much.
Get a fog.
You get a fog. Double mist equals fog. Noted.
So the rest of you chilling outside?
No, I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go sit at the table then if I see them start to go in and not like immediately
Sure.
leave.
Mm-hmm. Could we make some saving throws then, please? Wisdom.
Yep. We all succeed, I'm sure.
Given it's very busy in there, I'm going to tell Nugget to just wait outside.
Sure.
I'm going to use a point of luck.
Hey.
Oh,
All right, you've all successfully saved against the Euphoria breath. Regardless, you are still kind of transfixed by the scene, and eventually you see that everyone is just kind of not chilled out, but they've certainly calmed down. It appears that the fairy dragon is no longer actively entertaining, and the mist starts to not completely dissipate, but just kind of settle. And instead, you just kind of have this kind of like there's a pleasant buzz in the room, and you kind of sit down and you see that the tankards that have just kind of appeared in front of you, you don't even remember ordering, have this kind of wonderful image of two kind of gender neutral figures smooching with big blushing cheeks.
Aw.
And you've got some wonderful whatchamacallums, beer mats that are just like placed everywhere, and they've got a similar image, and it just says the blushing kiss on it. And you find yourself having it's a very pleasant environment. It's nice and warm in here, but not like boiling hot. It's just from the people being around. Everyone seems to be laughing and joking and enjoying each other's company. Nothing to complain about. Ripping those fat clouds.
Oh my
I can't believe it
god.
took me this long to make this joke, but if Haiku likes turning into mist, would you say he likes vaping? Oh my goodness. Party Vog sounds like an
No.
EDM DJ name. Just a missed opportunity. Oh, my goodness.
jeez.
Oh.
Lord.
my goodness.
Oh, Lord.
Time him
Oh,
out.
my goodness.
Time it out.
I found a lovely picture of a fairy dragon.
Oh, beautiful.
Full reference
That's
about
very
why this is so wonderful.
Aw.
I need you to understand.
I meant to bring up a reference, but I'd forgotten to. I didn't think we were going to get this far today, to be honest. So
I'm
I did
glad
not.
I didn't.
I did not prepare a reference for today's game. But yes, that is an accurate depiction of the fairy dragon that is flying around this room.
And that particular one is made by Angevir. Deviant,
Oh, yes.
DeviantArt page.
Deviant. Lovely.
You're pretty.
Well, we will end our session here. You as a party are being wonderfully entertained by a fairy dragon, as well as every other patron of the tavern. But for now, that is where we'll end our session. We will have a level up when you guys have had your long rest. So assuming that you're going to rest at this tavern, that will be, I assume, a couple of minutes into our next game. So I would you prepare your level up, prepare not to use your level up features until you've had a long rest, but otherwise prepare your level up for next game.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, fantastico.
Fantastico. Okay.
Well, congratulations everyone on completing another quest.
Mhm.
Leveling up. Was that level 10 for everyone now?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for me,
Okay.
who's all disjointed and in levels.
You're
Oh.
still
Oh,
still a
it's
level
level 10,
10
not level 10.
character.
Yeah, you're still level 10.
Yeah,
character.
but still, don't have all the same cool shit.
You've got a companion giant bat.
Okay, alright, listen.
And sneak attack.
Listen. There's just no numbers that say 10, okay? That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, good job, everybody. We will end our session there. I'll turn
Yay.
over to Jenny for Jenny to do any goodbye stuff.
That is all. Thanks for hanging.
Yes. Yes, that is all. End.
I'll see you next week, probably, I assume.
Yeah, should be.
Can't wait for the next episode where you guys vape the fairy dragon.
Oh no.
As soon as
Save the
I
fairy dragon.
as soon as I used my luck point, I regretted it because I was like, oh shit. It would have been cool to see what one person looked like failing the save for that, but oh well.
Honestly, when you used it, I was a bit like, if I was playing this, I think I'd probably purposefully fail.
Yeah, as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, I should have done that.
Well.
Oh well.
As long as there's one person that's cognizant and can be like, no, don't give it all of your money. That's not what we're here for. Like,
True.
episode 42, haiku in the hookah.
Beautiful.
I love it.
All right, we'll see you next week, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.